Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And welcome to the sixth Shine Your Light event. I am thrilled that you are here. I'm thrilled to have joined me. I think we're going to have another fabulous get together show. And I am really, really looking forward to this one. Um, Now, there have been some last minute changes. Things always come up. And we were going to be joined by the wonderful Mel Dore, the Aloha Shirt psychic. However, he wasn't feeling that great. And he apologized profusely. But, when you're not feeling great, it's really hard um, to kind of be overly positive and all that kind of stuff. So the good news is that he is going to take care of himself. He's going to do whatever he can to feel better. And of course, we send him lots of love and healing and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, though, I do have someone fabulous who has decided to join us a little early. Hello, Terry.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I am well. How are you?
Well, I feel like I'm on the Jackie Gleason show. I love this.
Perfect. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Do we want
Oh,
to
it was
do
pretty though. That was
Sorry?
beautiful. Either way you want it.
Either this one too?
I love that. I love it. I feel like I'm in Hollywood.
Hey, and that's all good. That's all good.
Right?
So,
Yeah. Beautiful.
yes, thank you. Thank you for stepping in at the last minute. I really, really appreciate that.
Oh gosh, anytime, Marina. Yeah, no, I just looked at my phone. So and I was like, oh my gosh, Marina. Yeah, I'd love
Yes,
to. So hi
yes,
everybody. Wow,
fabulous,
lots of people here.
fabulous. Yes, absolutely. And some of you are new. Some of you have been at past events, so you kind of know what to expect. And at the end of this 4-hour show, I hope that you are going to walk away feeling absolutely fabulous, because this is it's a very positive space. It's a very affirming space. We sent out our intention that we are, as a collective, we are going to share light, love, compassion, and unity with anyone, anywhere in the world that needs it. So this is all about being positive. And I did put it up, I pinned the comment, but just in case, for those of you that are new, there are no personal or political questions that we take in the chat. We just go with the good energy. So,
Happy stuff. Yeah. Happy
yes,
Saturday.
happy stuff. Yes, absolutely. So what's been happening with you, Terry? What's new in your world?
Oh gosh. Well, I had a class on pranic healing today that I led. That was a lot of fun with Sun Psychic Jean and our
Beautiful.
friend. Yes. And what else is going on? And then I've got a class next week on awakening your intuition in Kansas City at the Yoga Patch that I'm teaching.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I'm
Yeah.
I'm playing a little bit with, whatever we have here, and oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, I like
Great.
that. Yeah, that's a good base. That's a good one. I love that one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we will be joined, of course, by Val Dragonfly Crystals, who always does a fabulous job with the intention and the prayer before we get to the top of the hour, 7 p.m. Eastern, and then 7 p.m. Central, Mountain, and Pacific. And it's at the 7 o'clock hour that we'll be asking you to, after we say the prayer and the intention, to turn on your porch light. Put a lamp in a prominent window. Um, I was going to say, yeah, to put a candle. No, as long as it's battery operated. You never know with real candles. And that is your opportunity to physically participate in this wonderful positive energy. So Val is going to be joining us. Diana Bowles is going to be joining us. Valerie Bradshaw is going to be joining us. And I don't know who else might show up. So
Wow.
there we go.
That's a beautiful group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I love this. Linda said, hi, everyone. The hockey will be on in the background shortly. I just got that, Linda. I was looking at it for 5 minutes before I got it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
There
cute.
are hockey games. There are things happening and whatnot. And oh, thank you, Bora Bora. I was a little concerned about how this color would come across on the screen, but okay. All
Yeah.
righty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty.
Oh,
Pretty.
thank you. Thank
Sparkly.
you.
Yeah. Bora Bora loves it. I
Yes.
love it. Yeah, I
Wonderful.
do too. Um,
And I do have scrolling across the bottom. For those of you that can see it, I hope you can see it. It is the link to my spread shop, and you can go in there and you can look at the Shine Your Light merchandise.
oh,
So
nice.
you can get one of these. Let me show you this. Whoops.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
Shine Your Light.
Yeah.
Um, and there's different sayings on the bottom. This one says love, light, compassion, and unity. You can get one that says be the spark. Um, there's I think four different ones. And that's in the t-shirts, and they come in sweatshirts and all kinds of different things. The absolute best is, look.
Oh, the baby. How
Yes,
cute
the
is
teddy bear. He's got
oh,
his own Shine Your Light little t-shirt on. And yes, you can get the teddy bears on there as well. And if any of you can't find it on there, just send me an email, heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com, and I'll send you the link where you can just click right on it and get that. So
those are really cute. I love those. Yeah.
me too. Me too. You know what? And they come in there's this color teddy bear. There's a different. I think there's a black and white one. Um, I think there's a little monkey that you can get as well. Anyway, it's a nice little selection. And the best part, I think, for me is that is something that, imagine if someone in your family is expecting a baby. What a beautiful little gift
Mm,
to
mm.
give to the baby, and let them be surrounded by this, yeah, light, love, compassion. Um, to have them grow up with that and know that they are part of the light. Let them shine their light and be their absolute best. So, um, yeah, it's fabulous. So that's me doing some of the merchandising and the blah 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 blah. So
Housekeeping. Yeah. It really
housekeeping.
is cute, and it goes for a great cause. I think it's a great idea to do it that way because, how often do we go to our closets and think, "Okay, I'm gonna throw something on," but something like that means something, and it's
Yes,
such a good message to give to people when you're, like, at the grocery store or
yes.
jogging. When I'm jogging, yeah, like I
Yes,
often do
absolutely, absolutely.
at the
And I
park.
have when I have worn this out, I have had people stop and say, "What is that? What what goes on with that shine your light?" And so it gives me a chance to explain it to them and, say, "Join me. Here's my always give them a card. Here's my website, here's the channel, come on over and see what it is, and you will walk away, just at least I do. I'll speak for myself. I walk away feeling so energized, and
Yeah.
so full of compassion, um, that I feel like anything is possible,
Oh, yeah.
right? And that feeling stays with you for a few days. It really does.
Amazing. And it's a lot to give, isn't it? And, it's a
Yes.
state of grace when you give and, receive and you're grateful for,
Yes, absolutely.
what other people bring. So it raises
Absolutely.
your vibration so fast.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. In fact, that's one of the best ways to yeah, to do it. If you ever feel yourself kind of, feeling heavy, like, sometimes life feels like a burden, just stop and start listing what you're grateful for. And all of a sudden, you feel lighter. You feel so much better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's huge. You can, we can even smile, and it
yeah.
raises your vibration. I mean, something as silly as that. I remember one time I was driving the kids to school, this is years ago, and, they're in the back seat, and I'm and, it'd been one of those mornings you can't get
Typical
everybody
kids.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and Ingrid was like, "Mom, laugh," or maybe it was Eric. They said, "Mom, would you please laugh?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And they said, "No, really, you're gonna be so much happier." And so I go, and I thought, "Ooh, I feel better."
Yes.
Like,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, I do want to acknowledge that artist Liz is with us, and she
Oh,
is still in the hospital, still dealing with some health issues. So, I will ask all of you to please send Liz some healing energy, some patience, and whatever else, whatever kind of energy that she might need to get through this process, right?
yeah, Liz,
So,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
yeah, thinking
Um,
about you, absolutely, artist, Liz, you're always on, um, yeah, always on my mind, and I always hope for the best for you. And so, um, and quickly, they are Narcissus is here, Edward Kenneth is here, Innocent Potato is here, Anita K, Maureen D'Amico, Amanda Carroll, Bunny Young, uh, Kimberly Knaus, Innocent Potato, Bora Bora, uh, Anita K, if I haven't said that already, Linda Miville. Um, I hope I haven't butchered that last name, Linda. Carolyn Booker, Kat, Wonderlust, uh, In the Zone, Mary Starshine, Dawn Turner. Hello, Dawn. Amanda Carroll. Okay, I think I think I've said hi to everyone. I know that as we go along, and we're joined by more people, it's going to be a little more difficult to say hi to everyone. So I just wanted to make sure that, uh, yeah, that I acknowledge those of you that are here. So I think what we'll do is I'm really looking forward to your presentation on kind of awakening our intuition. Um, and I don't want to have to, kind of stop you in the middle, right? So we'll chit chat here for the next 10-15 minutes.
yeah.
And then, yeah, after we do the porch lighting and in the Eastern time zone, then I want to be able to sit back and pay attention and learn all about, yeah, awakening our intuition through the senses. I think that is going to be absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah, it's something I've been working on for a long time, and it just, makes so much sense to me.
Good.
So, yeah, yeah, it's fun. But,
Yes.
so what else is going on in the Northland?
In the Northland. Well, um, I did say no political talk, but we do have our election on Monday.
Yeah,
So, looking forward to that. I always like to go and vote on election day. Part of the reason is the way that our system is set up is the the voting station is just at the junior high down the road. Can very easily walk there, inside of 5 or 10 minutes. If there is a lineup, you might wait for 10 minutes and then you're in, you vote, you're out. And it's always nice. Um, yeah, when you see other people that are participating in that process.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
like camaraderie. It doesn't matter how you're voting. It's
Yes.
like, for the most part, it feels
Yeah.
really, really good. Yeah.
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 Absolutely. So I am looking forward to that. I do have a ball cap that I bought that says Canada on it, and it's all sparkly and shiny. And so I'm contemplating wearing that on Monday. I do have to run it by my son because we'll be going together, and I could just see him saying, "Oh, Mom, no." So I'll try to run it by him. We'll see, right? Yeah.
That's too
Anyway,
funny.
yeah.
My daughter just left this morning for Europe, and, she
Oh,
bought herself a vacay after she graduated, and,
nice.
anyway, so people were saying, "Oh, aren't you afraid to go out there? It's American," and stuff like that, and I said, "Oh, honey, just tell them 'em you're from Canada."
Exactly.
Everybody loves the
It
Canadians.
changes everything. Yeah, it changes everything. Yeah,
Yeah. No, seriously though, she will say
yes,
she's American. She's, um, she's gonna be blessed while she's there, I know.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
And we
So
see so much, when we go to other countries, and, it really changes our worldview, I feel like.
it does.
Yeah, and, it's hard with like, Canada and the United States are so huge that it's almost hard to do that, right? Because there's so much to see,
Yes,
so many variations, but, it
yeah,
is really nice.
it is. It is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. And you can drive and visit 4 countries in a day, or a day and a half in Europe.
yeah.
No, what once you're here, once you're in the US, yeah, you just drive. It takes days to
It
get
so
somewhere.
does.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
still, there's lots of beautiful country to see. There's mountains, there's lakes, there's forest, there's all kinds of things that, sometimes we take for granted that we live in a very beautiful environment.
yeah. Our national parks are national treasures. They're just
Yeah.
so beautiful, and, I've never been to Canada. And it
Oh,
is so on my list now. I'm definitely going to the Northwest this summer or this fall. So,
nice.
yeah, and I definitely wanna get up to Vancouver and British Columbia and
Yeah.
maybe more central. We'll see how far I get, but yeah.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. So, yeah, there are some subtle differences, obviously, between, like driving driving in Canada it's a polite exercise, where you get on the road, you realize that there's other people on the road with you. So yes, use your signal light if you're going to change lanes. Try to do the speed limit, although there are times, and I've done it myself, where you just kind of step on the gas, right? But it's not a sense of there being too much of a rush, because you know how big and vast it is. You're not going to get anywhere by being angry. You're just going to arrive angry and frustrated and so on. So, yeah, I do like driving in Canada.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds lovely. I had a thing about driving. Sometimes I can't feel my body when I drive, the
Uh,
energy around everything and driving. So now I drive slow and I'm back on the highway for short
yes.
bursts of time, but I am uh, at the speed limit or 5 miles below, which means everybody's blowing past me.
Yeah, that's
But
great.
I crank up the music and I'm happy. So
Yes.
it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And I will ask you guys that are here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I have in the description of the video, I have Terry's YouTube channel listed there. So make sure that you visit her channel and do the same thing. Subscribe to her channel and check out some of the things that she does, because Terry does some amazing meditations.
Thank you. Yeah.
They're early in the morning, but yeah, people absolutely love them and have nothing but positive things to say about them. So
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. We Monday through Friday, I see Lauren here and Maureen and some other people, members of the tribe, Bora
yes,
Bora. And anyway, but we get together and we chat, and sometimes we chat a lot. And that's part of it, is just that community, bringing together that sense of community in the mornings. And we chat, and people help each other if they're going through a hard time, or if you want to have a brag moment. So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And then we
Why not?
meditate.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty. And look who's joining
Oh,
us.
hmm.
Hello,
Hi,
Val.
hi, Marina. Hi, Terry.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you for being here, Val. I was telling the folks earlier that you know what, no one sets the intention or does the prayer or whatnot better than you do. I always look forward to it.
thank you. That's
Oh,
so sweet.
yes.
It's my pleasure, actually. I
Oh,
do enjoy it because when you invoke those energies, you can feel them come in when you
yes.
open up, and it just reminds you. That's how simple it is to connect to higher frequencies. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I was thinking before the show, as I was trying to ground myself and get ready, um, that whether we realize it or not,
Mm.
we have changed a lot of the world's energy over the last 6 months.
Undoubtedly.
We
Undoubtedly.
really have.
We
When you
really.
look at the number of people that are standing up to be counted, where they're not just blindly going along, they're asking questions. And I think, you know what, when we send out that good energy, it's there for anyone to tap into.
It is. It's just sitting there, and all they have to do is have a
Yeah,
thought that resonates close to it and zoom. They're gonna get that download. They're gonna have that connection, and they
absolutely.
won't really know where it came from. It doesn't matter.
That's right,
So,
it doesn't, it doesn't,
no.
you just, yeah, you just know that it feels good,
Yes,
and that's okay. Sometimes that's all you need to know,
that's right.
is yeah, that it feels good. So
Yeah,
that is fabulous.
yeah.
So what is happening in your corner of the world, Val?
In my corner of the world,
Yeah.
everyone, dragonflycrystals.store, not
Yes.
.com, .store.
That's
It's
right.
really STORE. There are classes available now. I put it on the new schedule, and May 24th is a meditation class where you talk to your guides and angels. You don't leave without being able to. You will. And
Yes.
June 14th is channeling class. 3 classes. You will be channeling. That's
No.
simple. And on July rather 19th is another Akashic record class. And so I always enjoy that. And Allie's my co-pilot, Alice of Heart and Soul
Yeah.
Connected, on those. So yeah, I look forward
Yes.
to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, as a matter of fact, I think in the next hour or so, I think that she's doing a presentation, having a
Ooh.
class. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'll have to catch the next one. But yeah. Hello, Marby. Hello, Viviani. Nice to see you here. Thank you for being here and for joining us. And Bora Bora says she's going to be back later. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's
We'll hold
fine.
space.
They'll be here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. All righty. So, Val, do you want to do your
Yeah,
thing? Hello,
sure.
Stephanie.
Sure, absolutely. So everyone, get centered and balanced, to get comfortable. And I'm going to ask you to take 3 deep breaths, because what that does is that opens you up to this divine source energy that you are. It just activates that, bypassing the ego mind. It assists you. So take a deep breath in and imagine light filling your heart as you do, pausing at the top for a moment. And I want you to exhale slowly, all stress through your mouth slowly. And then another deep breath in, pausing that at the top, and then exhaling slowly. And one last deep breath in, pausing, and then exhaling. And when you do that breath at home, pause it for as long as you can and then exhale. So it really makes a difference in transcending that ego mind. So we'll start. Beloved divine source, eternal and infinite light and wisdom, we come together today with open hearts and willing spirits, ready to receive the sacred gifts that are already planted within us. We call forth the activation of the cosmic seeds of wisdom within our being, the ancient codes of light, truth, and divine knowing that reside in the core of our soul. As we shine our lights together across the earth, may these seeds be awakened, nourished, and expanded, opening new doors of awareness, allowing us to access divine wisdom in real time. May we naturally channel our higher selves in every breath, every word, every action, becoming living expressions of divine intelligence and love. Today, we align ourselves fully with our highest potential. We breathe in the clarity of truth. We stand in the serenity of our sovereign knowing. We move in the flow of cosmic grace. As we connect heart to heart around the world, we ignite a luminous network of awakened consciousness within us, shining our unique ray. Each of us remembering our sacred place in the great unfolding of love and light. We bless this gathering. We bless each soul present and those who watch on the replay in the future. We bless the world through our light. And so it is, so shall it be. It is done.
Amen. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Val.
Sure, absolutely. It was my pleasure.
Fabulous. I so enjoy that. And it's just such a nice way to start before the top of the hour.
It
Right?
is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. So thank you for letting me do that. And I will be back.
Yes, and feel free to pop in anytime you want.
I may do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling the folks earlier that Meldor was supposed to join us, and then he sent me a text this afternoon, apologizing profusely and saying, would you mind if I canceled at the last minute, because he was starting to feel like he wasn't feeling well.
Oh yeah, he's got to take care of himself first. Absolutely.
So it's like, you know what, this event is going to be here next month, and the month after that, and the month after that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I need Aunt Mel to be whole. To be well.
Absolutely. Right? Auntie Mel has to be healthy and well. He has to take care of yourself, Auntie Mel, because we need you there.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. So we'll send you lots of love and light and healing energy at the same time. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be back. So, I'll be back somewhere around that slot. So
Whenever you want, yeah, whenever you want to
Oh,
come in, stay as long as you want. Thank
thank
you, Val,
thanks,
and we shall
Val.
see you later.
you. Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Alrighty, and we are at the top of the hour. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget, for those of you that are on the East Coast, turn on your porch lights. Put a lamp in a prominent window in your home. Put up one of the battery operated candles. Let it shine all night. And the vision that I have anytime that I do um, this show is I visualize that I'm looking down from very high above um, on North America, South America, different parts of the world. And it's like I can see there's lights go on. And then a little while later, lights go on. And then lights go on and lights go on until it's more lit up than ever before. And then kind of work through that energy. And I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that. Yeah. I do feel like more light workers are coming on board right now. I see that too in meditations.
Yes.
When we come back to the earth and we're going on a journey, and it's like it's just lighting up everywhere. I mean, there's some chaos, but there's so many more people that are coming on board that it's just amazing.
It is.
How time is sped up in the changes, like you were talking about in the last 6 months.
Yes.
Unprecedented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that is, it will grow exponentially every time that we do one of these, every time that you take a moment to live in gratitude and to send out that good energy. It grows exponentially. Right.
Did you see what Liz said?
Yeah, put them on a pen light. Yes. And then what I was doing, she said, carry on. Yay. That's right.
That's perfect.
Tell her to come, join you when she has a break, and she can, watch the show, and she can feel good about, we have to send out all that good energy to our nurses, because man, oh man, do they are invaluable, and they work so hard.
They do. First responders, nurses, everybody. It's like, they're just amazing.
Yes.
Just amazing. Caretakers. So many of us here have been or are caretakers currently.
Absolutely.
So, lots of love to everybody.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to sit back now, and I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm excited to learn. So,
Okay. Well, we're going to do a little project here, you guys. So we'll have a little fun with it. And it's kind of a little meditation. So it's a good way, like if things are going crazy on the outside, to get calm on the inside. So take a few deep breaths. And I do the 3 deep breaths too. So inhaling through the nostrils, love, light. And as you exhale a little bit longer than your inhale, release any shadows. Anything that's been hanging on, stale energy. Inhaling again, all the way up to your third eye. This time as you exhale, go all the way down to your root chakra. Feel your body rocking or swaying a bit. Inhaling one more time. And this time as you exhale, feel your shoulders slide down your back and get centered, relaxed. And I'm going to invite you to listen. Listen to 5 things in your room. Imagine them. Birds singing. Kids laughing. Imagine hearing your favorite song. Hearing the waves come in the ocean. The lapping of the water at the lake. Now, go into touch where you're seated or laying down or walking. Just feeling where your body meets the earth. Now imagine someone touching your hand, a loved one. They can be in this life or another part of your life. Another dimension. Can be a soul guide. A loved one, though. Only those of the highest vibration. Imagine the touch of your child, or you as a child, holding your hand and giving yourself a hug. Imagine the touch of the water at the beach. Now smell. Your sense of smell. Smelling your favorite smell, whether that's the rain or cookies baking. Smelling sunshine. Smelling your favorite perfume or scent, lavender, rose. And smelling the wind, the cleanness of the wind. Now, going into sight, imagine seeing someone you love as a child. Imagine seeing sunshine on the water, rippling. Imagine seeing the waves bright during the middle of the day, big. Then imagine them at sunrise, calm, gentle. Imagine seeing ley lines, crystalline energy. Now going into taste, take the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, press lightly, gently. Feel your taste buds come alive, letting your tongue relax. This is how monks fast for centuries, some of them. Imagine tasting crisp, clean water. Imagine tasting your favorite cookie. And imagine tasting sunshine. Now going into our subtle senses. Are you okay? Okay. Yeah. Going into your subtle senses. So knowing. Imagine knowing who you are. Who am I? Great soul question. Imagine knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. A deja vu. Imagine noting the speed of light. And imagine knowing the speed of love, even faster. Remembering the time before you were born on this planet, deciding to come into this family, this body. Imagine knowing your soul family, the angels. Imagine knowing crystalline energy, how to dance with it, how to sing with it and heal with it. Imagine knowing you are divine. Okay, we can open our eyes now. So, coming back into your body, but gently. And this is a great way to center yourself if you're feeling down or anxious about something. I had the opportunity to do that riding in the car with family to an event not long ago. You doing okay there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. I just, I my imagination runs away with me, and when you started talking about, feeling the ocean, and so on, I inhaled a lot of salt air, and that was a little like, yeah, kind of took my breath away a little bit.
It does, doesn't it? I was thinking you were gonna say you got caught in the wave. So,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, and
yeah,
and and that's the thing. We can go into this. Our brain doesn't know when we imagine that
yes,
we're not in that position, like that we're not in the south of France or that we're not in, Nantucket or wherever we're gonna be.
yes, yes,
Um, it doesn't and it calms down and it feels relaxed and revived. And so when we go into these subtle senses, they're called subtle senses that are awakening, and, knowing how to work with crystalline energy, because as we're going into 5D, and we get to that realm, that dimension, and we're in and out of it right now anyway.
yes,
But, uh, these are clairs, we call them, but also they're more than that. That's our divine right to have those, and we have them on the other side, and
yes,
we have them when we get to the 5th dimension and 5th realm. So, and since we're in and out of that right now, just know that they are your right. So, you can do this. You can do it so easily to go into knowing and remembering. And there's so many more clairs that are available and awakening in everybody. And I think it's beautiful right now that there are people that have been studying for 50 years, and there are people that have just started studying a couple of weeks ago, and they just awaken. So, yeah, the energy is here for us to awaken like that, and to awaken our senses, and to awaken our subtle
yeah,
senses, I call them. But
yes.
oh, Liz, you felt the warm ocean air on your feet. I was there with your mom, dad, and brother, and great friend, as well as my kitty Poncho. Dolphins always swim up to me on the same beach when I meditate. Oh, artist Liz.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Perfect for you right now. I love that. And
Yes,
and that's the thing. We forget our imagination is another gift, and that creative imagination, which of course you have, artist Liz. Look at your
yes,
name. And,
yes,
creative imagination can take you on a journey, but maybe you're really there. Seeing through the eyes of a bird, a winged one, that's another journey that's really powerful, where you can take yourself where you can be in a space where you're not connected with what's going on. You're watching it and you're
yes.
aware of it, but you're not connected to the outcome. So it can be so much uh, better for our psyche, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes I think we can, and Val and I talked about this on Messages for Lightworkers, that the um, not totally engaging with what is going on doesn't mean that you are blind to what is going on or that you don't understand what is going on. It just means that you choose to engage with it in a different way. That yes, you take the observer point of view, and you don't invest any emotion, like you say, in the outcome. I'm watching a movie. I'm enjoying the movie. I'm enjoying the characters that are there, but whatever happens to them is going to happen to them. I'm just watching.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you do feel a little bit of fear, or if you feel
Mhm.
unease about it, um, for me, I feel that that's okay. You don't live there. Like, you process that
Yes.
emotion, you're aware, and that's the thing, you're aware of yourself processing that emotion.
Yes.
You go into curiosity, and your brain, you can't use fear and curiosity at the same time.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally. One of the things that I did was, I had printed off some sort of positive affirmations, and there was actually a few that I'm just trying to put my finger on right now that that absolutely echo that. Um, yeah, this feeling will pass. The fear is real, but the danger is not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we can watch it, we can acknowledge it, and then we can let it go. We
Yeah.
can let it go. And I'm also being guided to kind of mention those people that are um, in our community that might be currently having some um, maybe some psychological triggering or um, feelings that they feel are overwhelming. And that is, if you are feeling that way, don't ignore the feelings because they are part of you. They are real to you. You can acknowledge them, and you can send good vibration to them and say, okay, this this is what I'm going through right now. I know that there is something better that I'm going to be encountering shortly. So this time, while I'm going through this, I'm going to look at it as a lesson. And what is the lesson that I am supposed to pick up from this energy?
Yeah.
And you go with the first thing that pops into your head. Sometimes it's as simple as, you're spending too much time wishing things away. Oh, yeah, actually, I do. I'm spending more time kind of living in my brain when I should be, down here doing physical things to kind of help along the way. And so, yeah, absolutely. Do not, you have a right to your feelings as a divine sovereign being.
Yeah.
You have a right to feel how you feel. If that is confusion, then that's confusion. You can seek out someone that maybe you can talk to, that you can get past, who can help you navigate through that. But it's a feeling. You're entitled to it. You explore it, go deep into it. Um, Fear, lack is another one that a
Oh,
lot of
huge.
people are going through now.
Yeah.
Is yeah, the lack, the fear of not having enough. And the universe always provides. Right?
Right.
It
Yeah.
always does.
The fear of what might happen is
Yes.
is a big one. And that's no shame in your game if you've got
No,
that fear because we've been programmed like that by constructs of society. So
absolutely.
yeah, oh, I have to have this, I have to have that, I have to have that. And what happens if I don't? Oh no. But yeah, no shame in your game. Just process it and watch it.
Yep.
But yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. And
I
when
love
we're done here, what we're taking with us is the soul lessons, the things that are really important. We don't take physical things with us. They don't follow us to the other side. Right?
it's pretty funny. So when people talk about physical things, always construct it because I used to have kind of a purse fetish it's the Birkin, right?
Yeah,
The
oh
mini
gosh.
Birkin,
Yeah. Like green. Green.
right? Yeah, definitely a green one. I'm thinking golden for me, but
Yes.
they're that people are spending 40,000, 400,000 even on a purse.
Yes.
And now they're finding out that they're made in China. They're just make a little bit of them in Italy. And
Yes.
it's just, it's huge, right? It's just like
Yes.
it. Can we get anything to smack us in the head more than that to say that really doesn't matter? That's just a fragment of our imagination, really.
Exactly.
Um, I love what Mary's saying. Stuart Pearce channels angels. He said that the heart is the new pineal gland.
Yes.
I love that, Mary. And Diane says all feelings are valid.
Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And there's, one of the blessings I think with this community is that there are so many people that if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, if I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, we can reach out. And we're dealing with like-minded people so that we don't have to spend a lot of time in explanation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just okay. I need 5 minutes of your time. I need to vent, and then just do it, and know that yeah, your feelings are going to be validated by the other person, um, and then you can put them where they need to belong, whatever slot that happens to be, right?
Yeah. And we're not taught how to listen by
I know.
society, right? I mean, we're taught how to sit and be quiet. Supposedly that wasn't real good for me, but but we are taught that, but we're taught to not make trouble, not talk too loud, but to listen to somebody else. And as empaths, kind of for me, I taught myself to, try to help people. The minute I see somebody going through anything, I'm like, I want to help. I want to give
Yes.
them some ideas. That's not what we need to do. We just need to listen and hear,
Yeah.
until they want that
Hmm.
help. And now I have a thing that if somebody's talking to me about what's going on in their lives, I after we get through it, I'm like, would you like for me to talk about it, or do you feel
Yeah.
okay now?
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't always need an answer. Yeah, artist says I wouldn't buy a $40,000 purse either. Hello.
No. No, there are $40,000 diamonds that I think I would probably be more attracted to, especially the yellow ones and the blue one. But
Pink.
yeah, a purse? What? Yeah. What happens if you put a pen in there and the pen blows up?
Yeah.
What's the value of your purse now? And, and especially knowing that it is not as, we're made to believe that certain things are exclusive. Only only a certain handful of people can achieve that, can have that, can walk around with that bag on their arm, right?
Yeah.
um
Yeah, and this is interesting about diamonds, Liz and Marina, because
mhm.
it's like diamonds are kind of a fragment of our imagination too. There are planets that are chock full of diamonds inside
Yes.
them that they're finding now. And I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to find a way to get up there, bring us back some of their trash, their
Yes.
diamonds. But I feel like we're going to find different parts of the world too that are filled
Yes.
with these things. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. A lot of what we buy into is because we have been sold the story that goes around it, right?
yeah,
The there was a time when if you were proposed to, you may have received a ring, you may have not, and the ring that you received was whatever your future spouse had picked out. It could have been a garnet, it could have been a citrine, it could have been anything,
yeah.
right? It was something that was passed down through the family. And it wasn't until, yeah, De Beers kind of got in the game and they came up with the
Ah,
diamond is forever. And not only that, but yeah, you don't want a little diamond. You should spend 3 months' salary on a diamond, right?
yeah,
Because yeah, bigger is better. And so it's a piece of carbon that has been, the piece of coal that has been processed by the earth to to be shiny, right?
yeah.
So
It sure does sparkle though.
it does. Yeah, I I I certainly stop for diamonds. Yes, wherever I am, if it's shiny, it gets my attention. I think I must have been a crow in a past life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love crystals and
Yeah.
anything, any stone I love, but
Yes.
anything shiny, and I like lamps. I've got a addiction
Uh-huh.
to buying lamps too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And there are, yes, artist Liz, there are so many beautiful stones out there that just take your breath away because they are um, because of the beauty, the how intricate they are, how they're put together. You know, the colors that can appear in gemstones or different rocks or whatnot. Yeah. Joan Baker likes amethyst. Absolutely. I love amethyst.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Well, and they have a frequency, right?
yes.
They have a vibration. They're sentient, but
Yeah.
a piece of that $40,000 purse, I don't think has that
Yeah. No.
that vibration. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No. They're nice. They're nice to have. But yeah, they're not um yeah, they're certainly not worth the money. And I mean, just just between us, strictly entre nous. Um, Years ago, my a friend of my sister's worked for an airline, so she could get on, basically free flights pretty much
right,
anywhere and whatnot.
yeah.
And and so she was flying into China, and she asked, "Was there anything that I wanted?" And I said, "Well, actually," and of course, yeah, that's why when you said Birkin, I said green, because I said, "Yeah, I I would love to have a green Birkin bag." And she said, "Okay." And she came back and I said, "How much do I owe you?" And she said, $80. I said, "Okay."
Yeah,
It's a knockoff. You can't tell. But now that we know where they're manufactured, maybe it's not that far removed from the real thing. So,
it could be. It could be. I remember we were in Bangkok and we went into a mall and they had all those. Like they had four
yes,
floors of knockoffs of anything you wanted. And they
yes,
said they're all made at the same factory in China,
yes,
all of them.
yes,
The Burberrys, all of them.
yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's some that are still made in Italy and United States, but yeah,
Yep.
aquamarine and amethyst, right? Yeah,
Oh, yes,
very Metatron, very Metatron. Yeah,
yes.
love that.
Yeah, totally, totally. So, um, what else did I want to mention to you guys as we kind of go forward is the idea of keeping our vibration high um, doesn't always mean that you can't have those moments of humanity where you react in a very human way, right? Those things that come up, they're very valid too, right? That you can get angry at someone, you can be annoyed with someone. Those are those are human emotions, and that's what we are here to learn, is how to deal with those human emotions, right? So if you ever have those moments, um yeah, don't knock yourself down for it. Don't have that conversation with yourself. Well, why did you say that to such and such a person? You're supposed to be spiritual being, you're supposed to be enlightened. Yeah, and 90% of the time, 95% of the time, yes, we are. It's every once in a while we have to deal with that human portion.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the what really did it for me, the hardest part of doing that is kind of being more um, intellectually spiritual in a certain manner where you're really watching things and trying to spread the love was in the car when somebody when
Yes.
somebody cuts you off or something.
Mm,
And I've gotten so much better, you guys, so much better. You know,
yes.
no fingers are popping up now or anything. But I think about it and I think, uh-huh, I could have done that back in the day.
I know. Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, yeah, Maureen, that is a little bit of a difficult one. One of the things that I think works for me is, and I have a strained relationship, basically non-existent relationship with my mother. Um, and that was when I realized that it was an unhealthy relationship. And I had to take the emotion out of the situation. So whenever I thought of my mom did this, or my mom said this, it was like reliving the pain and the hurt all over again.
Yeah.
And that is kind of hard to get past. So I took the word mom out of the equation and I called her by her name.
Oh, I love that.
And that seemed to make all the difference in terms of, there wasn't as much emotion attached to the name as it was to the relationship of mom. So it is entirely permissible, if you will, to set boundaries and to expect that those people around us are going to respect our boundaries. So if mom only calls you when she needs something, you are not available. And you can be available when you want to be available. And then if you can, yes, in your head, obviously you're not going to call her by her name to her face, because that's just more trauma and drama that we're creating. um, but you can absolutely, um, yeah, take the emotion out of it. You know,
That that felt like the vibration just lifted when you were
yes,
talking about that. It was like, yeah, not using her given name.
yeah,
Yeah, that's huge.
yeah.
It's and families really know how to get at us because they
Oh,
knew us when we were
absolutely.
young and they know how to push those buttons, but
Yeah,
and they're lovely, right? But
yes,
it's yeah, and we all do it to each other, but um
yeah,
it's yeah, it can be a hard one. It can be a
yeah.
real hard one.
Especially when it's a parent, because that is your first relationship.
Yeah.
That is who you go to for guidance, for how you act in the world. Everything stems from that mother father relationship. So sometimes they if you stop and think about it, our parents aren't perfect. They never were. um Recognizing that they came um they came out of a decade or out of a history that might have had their own trauma, their
Oh
own
gosh,
things to
yeah.
deal with, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I always think, and this is me personally, is she did the best job she could under the circumstances. So um I can forgive her for that. It doesn't mean that I want a relationship, but that doesn't mean that I am so angry at her that I couldn't speak of her in loving terms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and that, Maureen, I totally get that. I absolutely, yeah, yeah. remember traveling. I was going on holidays. One Yeah, my mother knew that I had money, and she called me as I was getting ready to board the plane with an emergency that, yeah, she needed funds. So, at that time, yeah, I bailed her out and, didn't have the holiday that I wanted to have, and then found out later that, well, actually, that's not what she wanted it for.
Oh, yeah. I'm
So, yeah,
sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
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 And that's your, um, no is a complete sentence. Can you, oh, I need X number of dollars. Oh my gosh. Where, do you have any ideas how you're going to put that together? What, what strategies do you have in place? Well, I can pay you back. I was hoping, oh, yeah, I can't help.
Yeah.
But, but if you have some other ideas, I can help you work on some other ideas, right?
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, good for you, Maureen. You said
yes,
no. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's a big deal. That is a big deal.
Yeah,
It's not easy, is it, to say no? But it
no,
is
it isn't.
important.
Yeah, and especially when we money is an energy. When someone is tapping into your funds, they are tapping into your energy, and there has to be a balance. The universe is always looking for a balance to offset that energy. So by putting that boundary and saying no, that's where you're coming in with the balance. So yeah,
Definitely.
it
Definitely.
it makes a big difference. It really
Yeah.
does make a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So ah, she blew it on Disney World. Yes, Mary. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah. But I think those are when you're younger, I think it's easier to forgive those those little things because um, it's a learning process,
Yeah.
right? And you're yeah, I'm sure that under the same circumstances now, she might think twice, right? And say,
Yeah.
well, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to apply for that student loan. um yeah, so anyway.
Yeah.
And you're
Definitely.
more than welcome, Maureen. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so glad that we are here for each other to do this, to shine
It's
this.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sharing the love, everybody. I love that, you guys.
absolutely.
Amazing. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Changing our story too. Like,
yes,
because like you said, just changing the name,
yes,
instead of calling her mom when you think about her, but changing the story and writing a different screenplay for it.
yes,
Like, instead of, oh, I'm the victim and they're the abuser, and say, yep, didn't really care for that. This
yeah,
time I'm going to. And you can call them every name in the book when you write it out, but writing out a new story plan,
yeah,
um, and that, how you're going to handle it next time. It's huge.
yes,
But
absolutely,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely. That's one of the benefits of learning on this earth plane is that we have the ability to change anything that we want to change. There is nothing that is within your realm or in your world or whatnot that you cannot change by changing your perspective,
yeah. And
right?
and Maureen, yeah, like Maureen changed the game just by saying
Yes,
no, and
yes,
it puts you on an even playing field there.
yeah,
Because a lot of times we do feel like we've been victimized by people, and it hurts when it's people that we love, and I'm sure there's
exactly.
still love there. Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. Absolutely there is. You know, I do not hate my mother.
Right.
Um, you know, I still love her for the role that she played in my life, and I'm grateful for the things that she brought forward, that she taught me, that so on. It's just it got to a point where the relationship was no longer beneficial, right? And yeah, sometimes you have to make those difficult decisions, but you still I send her away with light and love and wish her nothing but the best. And I'm sure that she is probably happier um for the lack of relationship with me, because I'm sure that there are things, and yeah, I am certainly not perfect, that you know that came up, that I annoyed her probably more than she annoyed me.
Well,
Yeah.
she's probably getting a good lesson,
Yes.
and that's probably part of your soul contract, right?
Yes.
That because we do come into these relationships, a lot of them born into these families, and
Yes.
trying to figure out what we have to learn in this lifetime, and yeah,
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. And we can still love them from a distance,
right,
right? It's
yeah,
okay. It's
yeah.
it's fine.
I've
Yeah.
got to say, most of my family is kind of scattered around the planet right now, and I miss them dearly. They really are a blast. I've got a few relatives still in town, and
Oh,
and
good.
they can be delightful, but they can also get me like nobody else can.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah, they know where our triggers are.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and you get that through experience, and it takes a long time, and but yeah, yeah,
sure.
absolutely. But yeah, otherwise, no, I love spending time with my family. I love getting together with my sister and brother-in-law, with my nieces. Oh, geez, I remember them being little babies, and now, oh yeah, now they're adults. They're homeowners. They're yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. We're all works in progress, aren't we?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They know was uh what my mom favorite saying is, if I'd say no, was I change the diapers.
That's pretty good, Mark. I
Change
like
that.
that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So um one of the other things that I kind of thought that we could maybe touch upon a little bit is, for those of you that are here with us, I think everybody has um, a story about kind of um, success in when being surrounded by pitfalls or whatever. I'm sure that each and every one of you has got that one story where you did. I stood up for myself. I marched into the boss's office and asked for that raise that I richly deserved, and so on. And for those of you, if you're comfortable, share that story. Pat yourself on the back. To share your experience, because you never know what someone else is going through, that they might read your comment, or what it is that you went through, and say, oh, gee, I never thought of that. Okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can try that. So because we are such um, a connected collective, by all means, post it up there. Post it up
Yeah,
there, and yeah,
I
let
like
us
that.
share in your success.
Yeah, I've been going to some groups, and we do this. And,
Excuse
oh, are
me.
you okay? Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
And we call it a brag, which brag kind of has a bad word, but it shouldn't, right? It should be okay. So give yourself a brag, and and you deserve it. And it feels so good when we do that. Just getting that,
Yes.
vocalizing what you did that was great. And
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, we all have successes in life. It's just very often, if there's no one there to pat us on the back, we kind of go, yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
just on the back.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. Maureen says, I lost my naval career because I stood up to a chief who was allowing my subordinates to be sexually harassed, and I reported it.
good for you.
Amen. Power
Good
to
for you.
you.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click. So we had, I'll brag. My husband was sick about 12 years ago, and he had a brain tumor, and he was acting funny. So, as you would with a brain tumor. And he was stealing money from our company. And we were going under, and I found out that a lot of our funds were missing. And so I went in and took over the company. And I ran it for a couple of years and on my own, and it was horrible. I was like, because people would call me up. It was a construction company, and I
Oh,
was one of the few women in town that had a construction company.
yes.
And people would call up and say, "Is John there?" And I said, "He's not available right now. What can I do for you?" Because
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I had some people that worked for me that were women too. We were women run and women working for me as well.
Yes.
So we
Perfect.
had to be kind of careful. But and I ran that puppy, and then one day I decided I'm not happy doing this. This is ridiculous, and I didn't need it anymore. And so I closed it. And the next week I went on a retreat to the Chopra Center
Oh,
and healing the heart. And
lovely.
that was my new thing that I did. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good for you. That's taking back your power, um, taking back your sense of who you are,
Yeah.
and being a participant in your life, and making choices that move you forward, regardless of of maybe what others thought of your circumstance, whatever. So yeah, good for you. That doesn't it feel good when you say, no, I did that. Yeah.
It does now. Yeah. And I was a stay-at-home mom. I had my own business, and I sold it, and uh went to work part-time at the shop, at the office, and
Yeah.
very part-time, and because I had small kids. And
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. And
yeah.
that is fabulous when things like that happen, that we're um it's important to acknowledge the things that you do well, and to feel proud of yourself, right? To kind of be your own savior, be your own hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's given huge kudos to Maureen.
Yes.
Yeah, you helped so many women when you did that, Maureen. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Just
You
amazing.
probably have no idea that the woman that came behind you, that never realized that they owe their um, more respectful treatment to you rather than to someone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I like that, Diane G. Yeah, the Navy lost you, not the other way around. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Marcus saluting. Salute.
He is with Di Serono. That's one of my favorite things to sip on.
Really? What is it? Is it a sparkling
Dis
wine? Prosecco?
no, Di Serono is a liqueur. It's,
Oh.
yeah, like almond flavored, but it's yeah, it's not something that you drink a lot of,
Oh,
right? It's
beautiful.
just kind of
Sipping.
a little sip, and yeah,
Yeah. Lovely.
absolutely. And it's one of
Yeah.
the few things that, yeah, if I have a few sips, yeah, amaretto, sorry,
Oh, yeah. I know that. Yeah,
yeah,
those are delicious. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and I don't get a headache or hangover when I have Di Serono.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does sound
absolutely.
good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, does anybody else anything that you did that you want to share with us that we can all pat you on the back for, and we could all be proud of you for, you know, uh Mary Starshine. Yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens.
Um,
You know, yeah. Oh, Joan. Yeah, it's her favorite as well. Yeah, we Joan is a member, and at the last members meeting that we had, it was just her and I for a few minutes, and we were able to kind of share our experiences. And it's funny how we're basically the same age. We worked in some of the same industries and had some of the same experiences. And yeah, yeah,
wow.
it's something else. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely something else. Yeah. So
Sisters from another mother.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, yeah, I do.
Maple
Oh,
whiskey
that's
and coffee?
maple whiskey.
Ooh.
Wow. Yes, and our birthdays. Yeah, she's on the 9th of October and I'm on the 5th of October.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Mm-mm-mm.
All righty. and and we're getting close to the top of the 7 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone.
There
So
she
look who's
is.
joining us.
There
Hey,
she is.
Well,
Hey.
I'm going to say goodbye.
Hi,
We'll
oh,
see you
Terry.
thank you,
later.
Terry.
Lots of love,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you for being here, and thank you
Oh,
for sharing that meditation with us. It it was wonderful. I
oh, you're
really
so
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you,
Really.
Val. I love your
Thank you,
meditation. That was
Terry. I love
All right.
beautiful.
yours too.
See you
Okay.
later,
Goodbye,
Terry.
everybody.
Bye for now. Oh, oh, that was yeah,
We
that
got
was
some good energy
absolutely
going.
wonderful. Yes. Yeah, let's keep that energy going. And yes, Mark, yeah, it sounds like we're big drinkers. We're not. We're not. I can I can have a bottle of Di Serono that is going to be in the cupboard for 3 years. Because yeah. So no chocolate. That's a different thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a whole different
definitely.
story.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So and uh, what are you doing on this fine
On
evening?
this fine
This fine.
evening, I'm writing in prayers of intention really
Oh,
fast.
aw,
But no, am enjoying it.
good.
Actually, yeah, I'm kind of like in this really high vibe, and I'm
Good.
sure the show is flowing. This energy just flows out as you tap into it, and you're working with that energy. It
Yeah.
comes to you. What can I say? You reach out and touch it. So there's a lot of cosmic energy happening right now, and it's
Yeah.
making me feel like I'm flying.
Yes. Yes. It was part of Terry's visualization when she
Mhm.
had us imagining things was yes, working with crystals and with light energy,
Mhm.
and I could just picture myself, yeah, picking up strands of light
Yeah.
and joining them together and
Yeah.
putting them into another, like almost like weaving a like a fishing net,
Yes.
you know?
Absolutely. That is really
Yeah.
working with your strings and strands
Yes.
that you absolutely can do. You're connected to everything. And if you want to be
Yes.
connected in a different way or however you wish and whatever you wish to connect with,
Yes.
and if you have things you want to repair, whatever, you
Yes.
can use your imagination and create that harmony yourself. Don't wait around. Oh, I wish. Make it
Yes.
happen. Take
Yes.
action. Activate it for yourself. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, thank you to all of you who have joined us. Um, if you're and Mark says, and Tucker said last night that the next 2 weeks is a rare blue energy coming
Oh,
in if you welcome it. Perfect.
nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I am
How are you doing? You're holding up
good.
the fort.
Good. Yeah, it's this is uh a little more of well, I the my guest list was a little larger
Yeah.
when I started.
When you started. So you're
But
having to, yeah.
but yeah, now it's like, okay, but I can do this.
I
With
know you
you
can.
guys here,
Absolutely.
yeah, I can absolutely I can
Oh,
do that. Yeah.
absolutely you can.
Yeah. Now, while Val is doing her thing, if you wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
I am going
Yes.
to
Go ahead. Yes.
sneak
Yes.
away, but
So
I'll be back.
absolutely. So everyone, um, you've already taken 3 breaths, so I'm just going to ask you if you were with me from the beginning, take a deep breath in, just a cleansing breath. And breathe in really deeply and hold it at the top for a few moments. And then I want you to exhale slowly through your mouth. And yeah, go ahead. Take that next breath in. Imagine light filling your heart as you take that breath in. And then exhale slowly through your mouth. And heck, while I have you here, let's go for that third breath. Sure. Breathe deeply in, holding it at the top for a few beats. And then exhale through your mouth slowly. Divine, beloved divine source, infinite presence of light and love. In this sacred moment, we stand as awakened souls, ready to receive, embody, and express the fullness of who we are. We now call forth with divine authority and grace all gifts, talents, all mastery, accumulated through every lifetime, past, present, and future, to merge into this now moment. We invite the radiant essence of our soul's wisdom, the sacred experiences, skills, and sacred knowledge earned across the eons to illuminate our being, to empower our purpose, and to guide our steps forward in divine alignment. We open fully to the dynamic living light within us, a light that carries everything we need, everything we are becoming. From this sovereign fullness, we reach outward to humanity, offering love without condition, peace without hesitation, clarity without confusion, and unity without separation. As living templates of the cosmic divine blueprint. We anchor the truth of oneness into the world. We walk as radiant reflections of divine source, blessing all we encounter, uplifting the collective field, and seeding the earth with frequencies of a new golden reality. We receive, we remember, we radiate. And so it is. So shall it be. And it is done. So I hope you all received that in well. And, it's good to see all of you in the chat. I'm so happy you're here because your light and energy really transmits all around the world as we gather like this. And so it makes me feel like we're really accomplishing something so much greater together than we could ever do apart. So thank you for participating. And Marina.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, as always.
Thank
As
you.
always.
Thank
And it reminded me that one of the things when you with the breathing is slow breathing is like an anchor in the midst of an emotional storm.
It really
The
is.
anchor won't make your strength go away, but it will hold you steady until it passes.
Exactly. It's so important. The breath is a mystical thing.
It
And
is.
so really never forget how powerful the breath is. And it's really, you can call it, I get this minty breath of God going. It's that breath between the breaths. And it's when the breath breathes you and you don't even feel
Yes.
like you have to breathe. This
Yes.
happens, for people who've been meditating for a while. And it's pretty profound because it gives you that feeling of samadhi, like you have that meditation high.
Yes.
But you're really beyond the ego mind at that point. And so when you talk to your angels and guides, you're really getting clear communication. And I don't mean you're hearing a voice outside of your head. You're hearing that thought voice, that voice that is soft and tells you things you wouldn't know necessarily, or talks about things you hadn't thought of. And it will always be a positive and beautiful experience. Right, Marina?
Totally. And that breathing is one of the things that I will often do if I'm having a hard time falling asleep. That's one of the first things that I will go to is I'll get myself nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure that I'm propped up, I'm warm, I'm whatever. And then start with the deep breathing and the conscious breathing.
Or
right?
even the one where you count like
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, or
Yes.
I like to go 7, 7, 7. Very challenging.
Yes.
So make
Yeah.
it long. Every portion of it. I even count the 7 while I hold it. Hold it for 7.
Yes.
Then breathe for 7. Hold it again. Don't breathe for 7, and then so it's like
Totally.
and
Totally.
you really, as that you do that mindful breathing, you can't be in that state of mind wandering and restless mind while you're laying there trying to go to sleep. It really helps.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're concentrating on what you're doing. And yes, Mark, breathing instantly shuts down the monkey
It
brain.
does.
Yeah.
And
then it also, believe it or not, but when you do that, it slows everything in your body down, and it tells the mind, okay, we're relaxing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're relaxing.
It gets the message right away. And all of a sudden, your body just lets go and you're doing that mindful breathing. It's pretty miraculous, actually.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That is. Jilly Hall says, I can barely breathe without coughing my life away.
Oh, gosh. It must be allergies. because
Yeah.
that's one thing that's kind of plaguing everybody now. We're
Yes.
having a tremendously productive allergy season. So
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yeah. And I was kind of well, twice. I've tonight I've had a little bit of a coughing thing,
yeah.
and the first one was as Terry was leading us through the visualization,
Mhm.
talking about um, yeah, putting my hand in the ocean. I'm by the ocean,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I took a deep breath in, and it was like inhaling salt, like this
God,
salt
you were
water.
really there.
Yes,
You were
yeah,
embodying the ocean,
yes.
literally.
And I was totally there. So
Watch
yeah,
what you're using for your visualization.
yes, yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
funny. But it's really true. You can, even if you are not out of your body, if your consciousness travels, you are there.
Yes,
You don't mistake that power. You really are there. So, yeah. Imagine, for instance, I'm just going to give you an example. A lot of people are doing the remote viewing. You don't have to leave your body to do remote
no,
viewing. Your consciousness goes to the location, whatever the quadrants are, and you see what you see. And believe me, you can see it. It shows up for you, and it's pretty remarkable. But you didn't leave your body to do it. That's a
yes,
similar example as to Marina, you having that experience of
yes,
visualizing the ocean, hand in the ocean, and all of a sudden, oh wait, there's salt.
yes, yeah. I'm inhaling it, and you know what's really funny is anytime that I travel and I'm by the ocean, that's one of the first things that I will do is I will stand by the water and just
Breathe it
take
in.
in that deep breath, like,
Yeah.
ah, okay, all
It's
right,
so
yeah,
cleansing. And
it
there's
is.
something about the rhythm of the ocean and the tide that's so soothing.
Yes,
It's just a rhythm, a harmonic rhythm. And it's funny, there's the moon creating that tide, and here's the moon, an artificial, by some people's description, an artificial construct, but you still have the tides from it. It is creating that. So
oh,
that's an interesting thing.
it
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely.
There's, excuse me. Yeah, we don't maybe we don't realize it, or maybe we just take it for granted that things work in the world the way that they do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to to be able to consciously pay attention to how the world works and the mystery and the beauty of everything that is connected in the world.
Yes. Like
Everything
the
that
moon up there, and it's affecting our tides, for instance,
yes,
or the sun and the solar flares, or the gamma rays,
yes,
or all of these things working together
yeah,
and coordinating to create energy flows
yes,
uh, and occurrences. It's all interactive, you know.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And good for you, Jilly Hall. For yeah, she says she's really going to apply breathing exercises. Thank you for
Excellent.
the inspiration to
It's
all
like a
of
life-changing thing. It can
yes.
put you into a deeper state of relaxation so that you can talk to your guides and angels and hear them,
Mhm.
because your mind isn't chattering away.
Yeah, yeah,
And you can sleep
exactly.
at night. So,
Yes. Yeah, and that's yeah, like you shut off the monkey brain. You shut
yeah.
off all that um the different pathways that want you to handle 1,000 things at the same time
Yeah.
and solve the world problems and do this and do that and
Mhm.
just kind of centers and focuses you on tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
I'll
Right?
I'll save the world tomorrow. Right now, I'm just going to breathe.
And that's all you have to do. I
Yes.
I mean, That's the beauty of being in the now moment. You're laying in bed.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
No,
You're going to sleep.
yes,
Just breathe.
totally. And I had forgotten to. I mean, yeah. I'm really, really feeling all your energies, and it makes me feel really good. So much so that I forgot to say that we have hit 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So please, if you're in that time zone,
Yeah.
turn on your porch lights, put a lamp in the window, um, you know, put a battery operated candle in the window, and
Yeah.
leave it on all night. And if you happen to be artist Liz, she's got a pen light because she's in hospital.
That
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you got
Any little light, and you know, there are other beings out there that are picking up on that light that we are sending out there, and they're tying them together. They're each and every one of us. They're taking those and they're tying them together, and they're making perfect little knots, and everything is working according to divine plan.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's so many layers and levels to there's a cosmic plan, there's a
Yes.
planetary plan, there's humanity's plan, there's the multiverse plan. I mean, everything is working all together with
Yes.
all of that. So we're in this system of cooperation.
Yes.
It's cooperation. It's harmony. It's harmonics. It's resonance.
Yes.
And all of this is happening, although we can't always see what the greater picture is. We know that it's happening because we can see it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing and wondrous how it all flows together. If you
Yes.
really look at the world and see it with your eyes open and watch what's going on in science and in our world, you're it's a mystery that is, I think, will be solved
Yes.
soon. We'll be able to look at some of that. We'll have the knowledge and understanding, maybe of that much more.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And you're absolutely right, Mary Starshine. Yeah. Fill
Yeah,
our auras with blue, pink, and golden light and expand it out 5,000 miles.
absolutely. That's what I do in my meditation, folks.
Yes.
I get up there on the top of the world and I'm like this
Yes.
huge light, and all that light goes all around the world and out into the cosmos. And so you are really this radiant light. That's how big your light is. Imagine
Yes.
that. So, yeah, it's how take your imagination and make it as big as you can. Imagine yourself in many different ways than you would ever have thought of yourself
Mhm.
as this light being. And yeah,
Yes.
it shifts you. It really does. Yeah.
Yep. It's like I'm reading your mind. It's like I'm psychic. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So,
amazing.
yeah. And with having said that, with that, I will remind you that if you are interested in supporting the Shine Your Light event, and this is the sixth event so far, and I plan to carry on as long as there's one person that shows up.
It
I,
is it is something that is so impactful.
yeah.
Energetically, I am just blown away by the energy that I get when I just tap in. When I'm writing some of these things and I'm tapping into the shine your light,
Yes.
I'm getting tons of energy.
Yes.
So yeah, all of you, yeah,
Absolutely.
your
Yeah.
light is radiating. Yeah.
Excuse me. And if you're interested, I've got scrolling down at the bottom um, of the screen
Mhm.
the link to my spread shop my merch store, and you can go on there and you can get yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever. And this, let me stand up. I'll show you. Whoops.
There. Oh,
There we
that's
go.
so pretty. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so pretty. I love that color. That
Thank
that,
you.
that is nice. I
Shine
like,
Your Light event.
yeah. I like the size of the print there.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. That was one of the things that
Yeah.
that I
I
changed.
may have to go buy one because I was waiting for that to see the darker print on something light, but not white
Yes.
because I'm all washed out with white. So
Yeah, if I wear white, you know that there is going to be a speck of mud on the hottest, driest day, and it's going to find me, and it's going to be prominent, like somewhere on my chest, where I can't just brush it away.
my husband laughs at me like crazy because if I have food, it's going to end up
Yes.
coming right on my clothes. I
Yes.
can't help it. So white is like a magnet.
Magnet.
It's a
Absolute magnet. Yeah. So if I can wear white t-shirts on, if I'm at home, if I'm not going anywhere, and the first thing I do is if I do have to go out,
Yeah.
is I will change my t-shirt, or
Yeah.
I do one of these,
Yeah.
or I have to examine.
Exactly right. You see if you is breakfast down there or lunch?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
I've got
So,
my play clothes and my
yes. My
no,
going
what
out
I have is
clothes.
my play clothes and my play clothes. Then I have to go find some decent clothes to wear outside.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank you, Marvita, for joining us,
Oh,
and thank you for
Marvita.
putting on your light. And Brina41 says her lights are on.
Excellent.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
And Viviani is here with us. And Viviani, if you want to join us on screen, just say the word.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. So, yeah. So not only t-shirts and whatnot, but look.
Oh, that is just adorable.
It
That
is. It
is
absolutely is. I'm
that
going to
is so cute.
put it up here so you can see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says shine your light.
It's a shine your light. And folks, I have a shine your light, but I got it on black. And
Yes.
and the print is black. So it's like defeats the purpose. So I've got to get it with, on a different color. But
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. And
I
I
like the color
think
you have. Yeah.
I think I did put up there what is I think transparent white, so that you could put
Good.
it on clearly on darker colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the little bear, as I said earlier,
Who
is
wouldn't want that little bear? Oh, you
I
can put him in
know.
the car and ride around with him and everything. You can take him everywhere in your shopping bag, in your purse or pocketbook,
Yes.
whatever you want to. You can
Absolutely.
cart him around. You take him on vacation.
Yes.
You can go everywhere with you, and you can write letters from him to everyone else and take a picture of him. I mean, there's a ton of things.
This is my emotional support bear.
Yeah,
Right?
Exactly.
And it is a fabulous, fabulous gift for any young child.
Oh, for an old person too.
For an old person too, yeah. But remind them from as early as you can that they are here to shine their light. They are here to magnify all that love and compassion and everything else. So whether it's someone who's expecting a baby, someone who just had one, if you're a grandmother, and this particular one, there's a teddy bear. I think there's a monkey. There's a couple different colors as well. Anyway, so there's something for everyone. So
yeah, Dawn, you're right. Val does take a lot. I have like crates practically. I take two big, huge, I mean, super huge.
Yeah.
If I go on a cruise occasionally, which I'm not a great person to cruise, but if I go to Europe, it's too big. huge cases. Let's just face it. This girl does not travel light. I don't care what they're saying. I need the things that I need.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I could take my sparkly silver shoes. I might wear them.
See, that's what I mean. There's all the shoes that have to go with different things, and then you have the different tops, and you have the different. There's a lot of accoutrement, and don't forget the cosmetic and lotion area, and your shampoos, and all of that. Oh, come on!
Yes.
I need a whole luggage for that.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And Linda, I hope you have a fabulous rest of the evening. By all means, yes, go to go to bed, get some rest, and thank you for watching the Pope's funeral. I was very moved by the the process, the ceremony, the all the things that that go with it, the tradition, the Latin chanting, and what. So thank you for being here with us as long as you have been with us. And the next Shine Your Light event is going to be on May 24th.
Wow.
May 24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. And Jilly says, yeah, sparkly shoes. Then I only wear my boots. Yeah, put sparkles on your boots. I love sparkles. Like I said earlier, I must have been a crow in a past life, because if it's shiny,
you like it.
It has my attention. Yeah, just give me a sec here while I grab something, because I can share this. I can share this with you. Monday, of course, is voting in Canada, and this
cute.
Is
Cute. I like that, and of course, it's glittery.
It's glittery. It's sparkly.
That's very cute. Very cute.
And I said earlier, I have to show it to my son, because we generally vote together. So
he has to know what you're going to be coming. So he can say, I don't know her.
Yes. Yeah.
We just came in the same car.
We'll go in different lines. Yeah. So, excuse me. And another thing in common, Joan says, fling. Yeah. And Mark says, Dumpy was in a blue suit in a sea of black suits.
Yes.
Typical. You knew that was going to happen.
Typical,
Yeah. What can you do?
I was trying not to look at the headlines.
Yeah.
But there were some
headlines
about it.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mark, for voting. Thank you.
Yes.
It is important. This is one of the things that I'm noticing, that collectively people are paying attention. They're starting to pay attention.
They really are. It's starting to make sense in their brain that, hey, wait a minute.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Is this directly related to somebody who we hired to run the country? Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe so.
Could absolutely be. Could absolutely be. So one of the other things that I thought that maybe we can think about in terms of positivity and so on.
Yeah.
And this it relates back to the Sisters of the Mystical Tarot show that we did on Wednesday, and we were on Sherry's channel. So if you haven't seen it, go take a look at it. But what we were talking about was grief,
Yeah.
And so I came across this quote, which really kind of resonated with me, and it's by Bo Taplin, and I'm not sure who Bo was, but if they're quoting him, I'm sure he was somebody important.
Hmm.
And it says, "I cannot stand the words 'get over it.' All of us are under such pressure to put our problems in the past tense. Slow down. Don't allow others to hurry your healing. It
Hmm.
is a process, one that may take many years, occasionally even a lifetime, and that's okay."
Yeah, it is. It really is, because you have to go at your own speed. And
Yeah.
no matter how many times I tried to speed up my healing, it
Yes.
never worked. I had to feel what I felt, and it took as long as it took.
Yes.
It didn't matter how many ways I tried to move energy. I had tried to do this and that. It is going to take however long it takes. And sometimes it's years.
Yep.
It's just years, and it's going to take that long.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. And that is your whatever it is that you are grieving, um, whether that is the passing of a parent, the relationship ending with the dear friend, your pet passing
Yes.
um, away.
Even losing a job can set you in a
Yes.
grief-stricken kind of tailspin, because you're
Yeah.
grieving the loss of something. Maybe you had a 20-year career doing something, and all of a
Yes.
sudden, they got rid of your position. That creates that kind of heartbreaking
It
grief, because
does.
you're separated from something you cared about and you did all those years, and maybe even your identity was tied up in that. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So yeah, I thoroughly agree. The idea of get over it. I'll get over it when I get over it.
exactly.
Not one moment before then,
No.
right?
Really,
So
we have no we don't have we have no, it's not us to judge someone else's timetable for anything. Um,
uh,
People are going to need whatever time they need.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Brenna, yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. She
yeah.
says my Aunt Betty would have turned 89 today, and she died on
Oh,
May 17th, 2024, three
oh,
days after my mom.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh
I
my gosh.
I
Yeah.
bet it is. Yeah.
Yeah, when my
I
mom passed away, it was like, oh my God, I felt like I was alone in the world, because your mom is always there. Well, my mom was always there for me no matter what.
yes.
And, she always gave sage advice, and no matter what, I could talk to her about
Yes.
anything. And then when she passed away, it was really this feeling of, now it's only me.
I know. I know. And it's amazing that, at some point in our lives we're all going to become orphans.
Yes. I mean, when I never even thought of it that way, because I started to hear people say that, "Oh, I'm an orphan," but they were 50 or 60 years old. I said, "What?"
Wait, how? Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
orphan, and you have to be like 5 years old or
Yes.
10, or, underage. But essentially, it does mean you're an orphan if your parents
Yes.
die. I don't care how old you are. It's
Exactly.
the definition in the dictionary. I looked it up.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. So now we had started earlier. I was asking the folks in the chat if they wanted to share um, any kind of little victory moments, when you just need a pat on the back for something that you did, something that you contributed to or whatnot. I think it was Maureen D'Amico who said, yeah, that she lost a Navy career because she stood
Mm.
up to someone who was being inappropriate with
Yes.
some of the underlings and whatnot.
Mhm.
And yes, and then there was, others who, um, you know, were able to overcome certain things. So,
Yeah.
I think it's really important that we recognize when we have done something that we are proud of, and um, and to give ourselves a pat on the back.
Mhm.
To don't You don't need to wait for someone else to come by and say, "Oh, hey, great job you did on that project. That was wonderful." You know,
Yeah.
be proud of yourself for what you have accomplished, because so many of you,
Yeah.
you are much stronger than you realize.
You
You
really
can
are.
handle much more than you think you can.
And really that voice that's telling you, that you did a good job should be your own voice.
Yes.
And then the outside world will reflect your level of love you have for yourself, your level of appreciation.
Yes.
It really works that way. The
It does.
universe is funny that way. It'll show you what you don't think you have and are. And you have everything. You are everything.
Mhm.
You just have to give yourself that attention, that care, and that nurturing, like to your inner child, to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. You did a
Yes.
fabulous job. Wow, I'm so proud of you. Look at how you finished that, and you said you would. You didn't procrastinate. Oh, that's me. You didn't procrastinate, and you got it done.
Yes.
And you know what? I really appreciate that. That's a
Yes.
wonderful quality you're developing. Whatever you say to yourself, make it be a very beautiful, positive um, text, information, because this is important for you. The outside mirrors what we aren't feeling about ourselves. We aren't feeling positive,
Yes.
or we aren't feeling like we are able to look with confidence in the mirror.
Yes.
This is all going to come back at us saying, oh, you're, something that will mess up your self-esteem. Um,
Yes.
just so you'll go back in and try and say, oh God, I feel devalued. Yeah, it's because you weren't holding that value of yourself high enough that you are this
Yes.
eternal being, this divine source being. So it really goes always back to, get rid of all the ideas about 3D. Just
Yes.
invest in your self-esteem, your confidence, your level of appreciation of everything you are and what you bring to the table. Anything that you're doing,
Yeah.
give yourself that. Give yourself that and
Yeah.
believe it.
Yes. Absolutely. And one of the other quotes that I came across was from Brene Brown.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not sure, but they must be someone important. And it's, talk to yourself like you would to someone you love.
Yes. Because sometimes our conversation with ourselves, our ego mind is saying things. Oh, do you really think you did that? So and so
Yes.
does it better than you. Oh, look at
Yes.
how so and so did it. This is your mind talking to you.
Yes.
No,
That that's the ego. That's when the ego comes in and
that's
wants to control things,
yes,
right? The
exactly.
Yeah, the ego likes to make you second guess yourself,
It,
and it's almost like it doesn't want you to get too big for your britches, right?
yeah, it doesn't want you
Like,
to stand in the sunlight and
yeah,
shine. For some reason, it thinks it has to
yeah,
bring you
bring,
down, keep you
yes,
crunched down so it can tell you things.
yes, yeah,
And
and so that you will listen,
so you
and
will
you
listen.
yeah, and you will stop questioning things, because that's what the ego does, and that's kind of how you know the difference between when ego is talking
Yeah.
versus your higher self or spirit is talking. Is ego is very loud, and ego tends to make you want to question things, where spirit is very gentle and
Yeah,
it's very soft, and
it
it
is.
whispers to you.
Yeah.
You have to shut out a lot of the noise to hear what spirit is saying. And
Right.
once you start listening and you realize just how, and I don't say this from a place of the boasting or whatnot. It's just honestly knowing that you are a child of the universe. You have a divine right and mission to be happy. You are not
Absolutely.
here to um, to suffer. You are here to thrive. You are here
Mhm.
to learn lessons so that when you get to the other side, you can talk to your soul family and say, "Oh, what a ride. Whew, did you see when that happened? Did you see how I handled that? Yeah, it was, thank you all for being there with me. I could hear all your voices saying, you can do it. You can do it." Right?
And on the other side, all of the relatives and friends that you've had are all there cheering you on and being, you know, saying, "Great job, wonderful job," really looking at your beautiful, radiant light. And you just don't see it in that moment, whatever's going on. You may see it for 2 seconds, then the ego mind comes in.
Yes.
So that's that shadow side. And those are those things that you are really going to look at within you to enlighten, bring the
Yes.
light in about it,
Yes.
enlighten those areas. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you know what? We are going to be joined here at the next hour by Diana Bowles and Valerie Bradshaw, who are
Very
going to talk
good.
to us a little bit about the astrology and so on. And then, yeah, Val is going to lead our sort of closing meditation tonight because I had asked Terry Suzuki if she would do it again, and she does a fabulous job. And she is currently in Japan.
Yes. It would
She
be a
is,
little hard from there.
yes, just yeah, exactly, and especially with the time change
Yeah.
and the sometimes unreliable internet.
Internet. Right.
So Val has graciously offered to help in and
Yeah.
do that, and
It's
I'm
my
sure that it's
pleasure.
going to be absolutely fabulous. So, yeah.
Um, and
Um,
I'm just going to stay till I give you the next intention or prayer
yes,
point,
please.
and then I'll let you guys
Yeah.
talk. You, Valerie, and
Yes.
who is it? Valerie and who?
And Diana.
Diana. Oh,
Diana
Goddess
Bowles.
Diana. Goddess Diana. So
Yes.
yeah, because I have to finish figuring out that ending prayer. But
Oh,
yeah.
no,
So
I appreciate that so much.
no, that's my
And
pleasure.
yeah, and just to kind of again remind everyone about the positivity and keeping um, keeping an open mind to things that are shifting, things that we can't always put our finger on. We know something is working,
Hmm.
but we can't always put our finger on it and whatnot. So um, yeah, just be as positive as you can and think in terms of the universe will provide everything that you need. And it,
Absolutely.
and it always fascinates me, and it did before I kind of went on this journey,
Hmm.
was that there would be some people whose faith in God was so strong that whatever came at them, they would always find the silver lining, They would always concentrate on the positive, and things always turned around for them.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
think,
pretty
well,
amazing. It's
yeah,
li it's like looking at everything with divine grace and
yes,
ease, and the flow of that keeps you open and you haven't closed
yes,
down, and so you see everything as sure, it is painful but
yes,
there's something great. There's a silver lining to everything, and there really is, because
yes,
everything is done
yes,
for you. The universe flows for you, not something happened to you.
yes,
So yeah, when you are in that beautiful light of belief in everything flowing for a divine purpose, that never shuts that down, that
yes,
beautiful flow. So you didn't have to stop to have things kind of fall apart a little bit and energetically fall apart. You just keep going.
yes,
Even if there's, some pain in your heart, you just keep it going.
yeah,
And that really keeps that flow.
it does.
And you kind of move through things faster. Yeah, when you don't shut down.
Absolutely. And people are commenting on how you have a fabulous laugh. And
Well, thank you, everyone.
yes. And hello to Spiritual Garden and K Muldoon. Debbie, Three Shifting Veil says her porch light is on. She's just listening in.
I'm good.
Hey, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. Listen in. And it's lovely when you guys interact with each other.
Yeah.
But if you just want to sit back and lurk and listen, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay. It
Yes,
doesn't cost anything. And
yes.
it's really gonna, you know,
Mhm.
help us get the message out to people who want to hear. They are desperate to hear what it is that we're sharing with them. They just don't know where we are.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
when you
Yeah.
do that, and yeah, make sure that you subscribe to Val's channel as well and check out her
Okay.
courses and the things that she offers.
Thank
You
you.
won't be disappointed.
Oh, and Marina, Heart Centered Tarot. You can go to marinasheartcenteredtarot.com and book a reading. Marina's readings are fabulous. Her
Oh,
classes are excellent. I've heard unbelievable things. They've changed people's lives. So please
thank you,
go
Val.
to marinasheartcenteredtarot.com and check that out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Jilly, Val's link should be in the description of the video. But otherwise, her channel is Dragonfly Crystals,
Yep.
and the other channel is Next Level Channeling.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Which I have to post. I
yeah,
have channeling to post, but I haven't done that. Oh, I
that's
mean,
that's okay.
all
That's
in a day's work.
yes, yeah,
It'll all get done at some point,
absolutely, absolutely. One way or another.
one
Yeah,
way or another.
something always comes together.
Yeah.
So, um, like I said, if any of you want to, share good positive news with us, by all means let us
Absolutely.
celebrate them, with you. Let us give you the pat on the back that you so richly deserve, that maybe no one has given
Absolutely.
you. And
Absolutely.
yeah, just the positive, just be positive. I can't tell you how many times I have manifested something simply by being excited about manifesting it, right?
Being excited is
Yeah,
such a magnetizer. It is
yeah,
like the engine to manifest. It
yes,
it just magnetizes that whatever you're trying to bring into you.
mhm,
The excitement is an energetic. I just think of
yes,
it as a big magnet. It
yes,
pulls it in. It is really that level of I don't want to say anticipation, because you don't want to be looking for it and looking for it and looking for it, because
yes,
that kind of shuts it down. You just got to believe it'll come when it comes, and
mhm,
you're just thankful to the universe
yes,
already, like you have it, like it's yours, like every day you already have it. the gratitude, the feeling of
Yes.
complete gratitude for the universe providing everything that you've requested. So it's an interesting formula.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Jilly Hall says, yeah, she once did a
Oh, thank you, Jilly.
Bonnie. Wow. Yeah, she was the only
Oh,
celebrity I ever thought
yeah.
authentic. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Excellent.
great. Wow.
Yeah, that is fabulous. Yeah, like things like that. Like to
Yeah.
hear Spiritual Garden. Are you going to bring us election results? Um, I might do on I don't know about tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, but I had put both David and Gary on notice
Mhm.
that we might go live on short notice, depending on what is happening with with the elections in Canada. But um, I'm fairly confident that it's going to be an outcome that we are going to be very happy with.
Yay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
So there is that. Yes, Mark, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's a, yeah, a lot of people are very positive about his energy, and apparently his astrology is very, very favorable.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's excellent. That's
Mhm.
definitely going to help.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
So,
um, Aileen Bernard said, I
yeah.
always listen to Shine Your Light. I bought a teddy bear with the gold. Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
yeah, I love that.
Ah, that is fabulous.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You know, there are, Brina says she met Hal Holbrook. There
Yeah,
are,
wasn't he a fabulous actor? Oh my gosh,
yes,
unbelievable. Yeah,
yes. And there are many that, that are really genuinely lovely human beings.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, there's also those that aren't, but that just, that just goes with the territory,
It
right?
does. People are people. I don't care what they do
Yeah.
for a living. They're
Yes.
some are some are
Yes.
in their ego. Some are, not so much. So
Yes.
that's a good blend.
Yes.
So
I was visiting with my niece and her partner um last night, and I asked him how work went, and he said, yeah, well, I work with a bunch of a-holes. And I said, oh, good news. Now that you know that they are all in the one department, everybody around you is grateful that they're not getting one,
yes,
right? So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're looking to you and they're saying, thank you, take
yeah,
one for the
exactly.
team.
Right.
So yeah,
There's always a blessing in there.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, he thought that was
Yeah,
kind of cute,
it is cute,
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
excuse me.
goodness.
Yeah. So I did want to remind you that, yeah, we are coming up on the 7 p.m. time slot in the Mountain Standard Time Zone, which is me.
Yes.
So yes, we'll be reminding you to turn on your porch lights, put a lamp in the window, put up an electronic candle or battery operated candle or whatever. And yeah, we can take it from there. I got let me see. Come on. Can you turn on or no? Okay, well, apparently
Oh,
I might need to
oh,
charge it. Um oh, is it on here that I need to wait? There we
oh, good.
go.
There it goes.
There we
Okay.
go.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I will be ready with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to let you do your
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
and I'm going to step away for a minute. I need to make another little trip.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Okay, so just take another deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Exhale all the tension you have. And sure, just take another deep breath in if you can, holding it at the top for just a bit. And exhale when you're ready. And that third deep breath in, exhaling when you're ready. Beloved Divine Source, infinite wellspring of love and compassion, we now step into the sacred space of grace, opening the innermost chambers of our hearts to fully receive the love we were created from. We breathe into our sacred heart space, allowing the river of divine love to flow in unhindered, filling every cell, every memory, every breath with unconditional acceptance, nurturing, and light. We initiate and activate the sacred union of heart and mind coherence, bringing our thoughts, emotions, and soul into harmonic alignment with the vibration of pure love. We call forth the awakening of the heart seed, the radiant core of compassion and empathy within us, allowing it to blossom, first in love for ourselves, and then effortlessly overflowing outward to bless all beings. We invite our inner child to step forward now, to be bathed in the gentlest waves of divine love. We offer healing to all the wounds we have carried, the visible scars, the hidden sorrows, the long forgotten moments of pain and separation. As the radiant light of love dissolves these burdens, we reclaim our innocence, our wonder, our pure joy. We become whole. We become light. We become living wells of compassion and grace. With our sacred hearts fully open and attuned, we now radiate love naturally and continuously, a beacon for humanity, an emissary of peace, a living expression of divine unity. We are love. We are light. We are the healing heartbeat of the new earth. And so it is. So be it. It is done. So there it is.
Thank you, Val.
And I will be back.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye for
See
now.
you later.
See you
Yes,
later.
absolutely. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Ah, whew, it's just me. Woo-hoo. You know what? I'm just gonna change this a little bit. There we go. How's that? That makes it a little better. I'm not so in your face. So, um, yes, Julie. Thank you to Val. She always does such a powerful job. Like her prayers and her intentions are just heartfelt, just heartfelt. So yeah. And also, you guys are talking about Dolly Parton. You know what? Yeah. She always impressed me as being very down to earth. You know, she was a star, a superstar, but she never forgot where she came from. And I've always admired that about her. So yeah, that is, yeah. You know, when someone is comfortable in their own skin, when they yeah, when what you see is what you get. Yeah. And Mary Starshine says, "Oh, my grandmother used to serve Bob Hope coffee and apple pie before he became famous." Nice. That is fabulous. And oh, Jilly, thank you, Jilly. I do a good job of imitating someone who is tech savvy. Believe me, if you had caught me the beginning of this month, oh yeah, I was. It was not good. It was not good. But so, um, just something else that I wanted to share with you, and this is from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. And again, it was kind of fitting, I think, fitting for the moment. The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep, loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. And I thought that was very, very fitting. And especially for an event like this, where, oops, sorry, little kitty hairs, um, where it is through our struggles that we learn how to be those light workers, those beacons where where someone else can approach you and know that they are going to find someone who is accepting, who is compassionate, who isn't going to stand in judgment. And that's something that very often, we tend to run across a lot of people who are rushed to judgment. They, hey, Rossi, nice to see you here. They see a person, they see the outside shell, and they make assumptions based on what they see, rather than approaching that person with just an open heart and an open mind, and finding out what is it that is special about that person. And very often we find that, and I'm sure that some of you have run across this, where you meet someone and you get an impression of them by their physical appearance. And then you have an opportunity to spend time with them, to get to know them better. And there comes a point where it's like the impression tips. It moves in the other direction, where you look at that person and you say, I used to see you in one way, but now I see you in a different light. And I think that is the difference when we stand in judgment of someone versus when we see them through the eyes of love, when we see them through the eyes of acceptance. And when we do that, everyone is beautiful, everyone is intelligent, everyone has a point of view that they can share. And that just not only does it enhance um, our um, our experience, it enhances their experience, and we give each other permission to be that the beacon for each other, and then that grows. It's like that one little light turns into two, turns into four, turns into eight, and so on and so on. It just like that shampoo commercial, you know. Yeah, I told one friend. So yeah, we okay. Yeah, we it's not nice to judge and to assume. And I mean, I think that we all being human beings, I think that we've all gone through that process. And once you go through the process, you learn what not to do, right? And we're just waiting for a lot of people to yeah. And thank you, Aileen. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Um, I do mention the merch store um, a lot, and that is because it's one of the ways that that helps support the not only the Shine Your Light events, but also the Heart Center Tarot events and so on. Um, it's believe it or not, it's not cheap to to put out a channel. It really isn't. When you start thinking about different things that come on, um, so whenever you buy the merchandise, and believe me, I don't get the whole, I don't get the full amount. I get a portion. Um, it just helps to offset um, the cost of the internet, the cost of uh, the camera, the cost of StreamYard, the cost of different things. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that are interested in becoming members on my channel, by all means, go to the main YouTube page, Heart Center Tarot, and you can click on the join button, and it will give you several options. And starting at $4.99 a month, up from there, and there's different things that you get at each level, and so on and so forth. So take a look. Take a look. There might be something there that would kind of spark your interest. So I did, as I said, we will be joined by Diana Bowles and Valerie Bradshaw, and I always enjoy when they are on together, because I can sit back, right? I can sit back and just enjoy. So that should be happening soon, and we are at 7:03. So once again, I missed the 7 p.m. deadline, whatever, here in Mountain Standard Time. So my light is lit, and I'm going to put it up here so that I can see it. Yay! And we do have our porch lights. Yeah, they are automatically turned on, so I don't have to go out there and do it myself. Um, what else did I want to share with you guys? If you're, well, part of what we, excuse me, part of what we talked about earlier was changing your perception, right? Changing the default tapes that play in your mind, and whether you realize it or not, we all have them. Hey, Buck, nice to see you. Nice to see you. I was wondering if you would show up. Thanks for being here. Can't stay. That's okay. You came in and you said hi. Much love to you, my friend. So, palmistry. You think palmistry is valid? You know what? Any tool that someone can use is valid. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, look who's coming to join me. Hello, Diana. Hey,
Hello, how are ya?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Doing better today.
Excellent. What was going on?
Oh, just, getting old gets old really fast, right?
Yes, it does. Yes,
So,
it
how about me going to Apple and being able to stump the Genius Bar? I just think
Hey,
that's hilarious.
if anyone could do it, it's you. And I hope that they're still going. What?
Right? Right?
Yes.
Well, the proof will be tomorrow because maybe I figured it out all on my own after all. And so Valerie's joining us, but Valerie and I will be on tomorrow night regularly for the
Yes.
moon.
Yes.
So we'll see. We'll see. I might be able to stream.
Perfect. Perfect. And oh, Julie says to tell you that she loves the glasses and lipstick.
Thank you.
Quite.
Red.
That's right. Yes.
And
No.
I particularly love my polka dot shirt and my polka dot sweater that I don't know how I ended up with both of these, but I
It
did. And
works.
it's like, oh, now that can be fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, Viviani, she does look lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Can I get the chat? I got the chat. Yay. Thanks, Rossi.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So what's been happening
well,
besides stumping the expert?
how great is that?
Yes.
I just Pam, I'll massacre her last name, that does the ring finger calibrations with
Oh, yes,
Allie.
yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Okay, so her first class was today. And then there's going to be a follow-up to this in another month. And it was awesome. It's dousing with your body. I really enjoyed
Perfect.
it. Really enjoyed it. And I can't wait now to practice this because, like trying to do it as Pam does, it's like, okay, I'm not really double jointed, but oh, this is working. This is working. So,
Uh-huh. Perfect. Okay. Hey, look who's going to join us.
yay.
Hello,
There she
Valerie.
is.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Always a pleasure to have you ladies on together. I was telling the folks about 5 minutes ago, said, yeah, when they join us, I love it when you're on because you two can just carry on and talk about it. Take a breath.
Like crazy ladies, right?
Yeah, yeah, we really can. We talk all the time, and it can go on, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
no, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Really.
And first and foremost, this magic number called April 26th and the exact opposition between Mars and his little baby brother Pluto.
That are making a T square with Black Moon Lilith. That
and
is
Vesta. Oh my gosh.
that. Just bringing up. Okay, so this is bringing up all of our fears, and it's usually, with these planets, because Mars and Pluto, they rule Scorpio, so these are deep, 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 deep wounds, right? And
Yes.
those fears that are coming up, they are only coming up to be acknowledged. I think a lot of us are seeing, like, I know I have for the last couple months, like things randomly coming up from the past, things
Yes.
coming up that are just like, why am I thinking about that? And that's, we've been releasing for years. I mean, this is
Yes.
technically the whole time we've been here, but especially these last 5 years. And we're coming to a culmination point where today is that T square. Okay, and it is bringing up the, I mean, deep fears, especially to do with safety and security. So if
Yes.
you're getting hit about, what's going on out there and what's happening, it really, it's not easy. And I'm not going to sit here and say it is, but to go in, watch shows like this, immerse yourself in something that makes your heart smile, and instead of bringing your soul down, because these
Yes.
are deep, deep, deep times. And this leads up to the new moon in Taurus tomorrow, where, if as we release these fears that are coming up, at the same time, if you can think about seeds you want to plant, what is it you want to create,
Mhm.
what you want to grow, how do you want to see your reality, and
Right.
see it like that. And I know it's easier said than done, but boy, we have this powerful energy, don't we, Diana?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So if we stop and think about it for just a minute,
Yes.
Black Moon Lilith, what does she say? Nope, I'm done with this. I can't take it anymore. I'm out of here.
Yes.
Right.
And what are we worried the most about? Our home, our homeland, our home security. What do we have to rely on that we've been saving for years that is disappearing, whether it's brown paper bags or green paper money,
Yes.
So when you look at this T square, which is between Mars and Pluto, and then we have the sun and the moon right there, when you go straight across, we have Vesta and Black Moon Lilith creating a grand cross with that Pluto and so it's
Yes.
like it looks like somebody's taking a bow and arrow, quite literally a crossbow. We're done. We got,
Yeah.
So, and then there's another grand cross that's between the north and south node,
Yes.
and then Jupiter and Astrea. And Astrea is about justice, and Jupiter's about making it big and being the benefic. And are we going to see justice, or getting justice, or not giving up the fight till we are justified in what we are doing? So there's a whole lot of stuff going on up there for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if we're going to talk about justice with these energies that are coming in, this is like the build. This is coming to a point, and it's coming to a point of no more.
Yeah.
And that is going to play out in our personal lives, but really in the outside world, because that Pluto and Mars is talking about the collective, and Pluto wants authenticity, right? And obviously, in the external world, we're really not seeing that. That's just building up, and I'm going to give it a month. Like, we're going to see we hear things every day, but I think it's time to see actions applied to the nonsense. That's what we're going to start seeing. It's just, it's like, I keep saying this, any day now, it's got to be the thing, right?
Right. So, hey, this is a pretty auspicious time because
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Pope, not just for everything that has been going on, period, as well as in the sky and all the planets that are suddenly everybody's going in the same direction, and it's all forward, and all of these big planets that are changing signs at near around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But the Pope crossed over.
Yeah.
The Pope crossed over with a plan. Isn't it amazing how the more connected you are to your ascended self, the more you can choose your checkout point.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that was all a part of his plan. But the other thing is, we've been working on these mystic rectangles that are overlapping each other and in the same position. So for him to be laying in state today and to have the start of the funeral, we have this mystic rectangle. We've got the south node in a trine to Uranus. You know, it's like, this is a brilliant move. And then that's in a sextile to uh, a boatload to Venus, love. Everybody loved the Pope. He was
Yes.
trying to make change, right? And
Yes.
then Saturn, well, we always refer to him as the Hierophant. That's the Pope.
Yes.
Okay. And then also the North Node,
And they
the
were.
forward,
Mhm.
is to remember your own holiness inside, right?
Yes.
And then from there, there's a trine going over to Juno, partnerships. What are we going to do about our partnerships? Where's our commitment? What do we need to redesign in the way of partnerships, endings and beginnings? And then that's going to sextile back over to the South Node. So we have this big, beautiful, connected mystic rectangle. And with all of that, it is telling us that we have a vision for the future, and don't doubt yourself. Create your dreams and focus and work towards that.
Absolutely. And that was a conjunction a couple of days ago, which is powerful. Saturn, North Node. North Node is where we're going. Saturn's being transformed. He's in Pisces, and Venus was coming. She's coming out back out of Pisces.
Yeah.
So this is a significant point in time where everything is about to change, because that North Node, the old structures, the old constructs are being restructured with Saturn coming out of Pisces. Venus has gone back and forth over the the world point, which is the point is 0 degree Aries, and this is 4 planets are going to go over there 3 times each. But the Venus doing that, and she's the one coming up next. She's going to be she's going to cross over, and she's going to be, I don't know the date. I know on Friday she's going to be conjunct Neptune. So look at Neptune as the higher octave of Venus, about what do you love and value, because that is what we like this new moon, and today as we're removing like the last of the fears, even though that's that's a big ask. We're releasing a lot, but it's not going to be all of the fears. But as we go into that new moon tomorrow and the rest of this week, it is about us creating in the new era. Who are you? You're recreating yourself as we recreate ourselves individually. The collective is being recreated, and it's just like these planets show us points in times, but these things take time to unfold, right? It
Yes.
doesn't happen immediately unless Uranus is involved, and that's got to be pretty dope. But like it's got to be like a certain conjunction or something. But the thing that I wanted to bring up, which was really important, is the last moon was a full moon in Libra. That was a Venus ruled moon. Tomorrow is a Taurus new moon. She also rules Taurus. And Venus has been traveling over that point, and it's very important that we align ourselves to really what it is that we love and value. Now we'll all say, safety, security, my family, and yes, of course, include those things. But who are you? You can create anything. You can write this all out right now tonight and get ready for that new moon tomorrow, because those energies are there ready for us to speak into existence what it is we want to create. Does that make sense, Diana?
Oh, yes. I was just reading what Innocent Potato said it's a quote
I
from
love
Pope
it.
Francis. The only time we may look down upon others is when we are helping them up. And I love
That's
that.
right.
Yes,
That's
That's
beautiful.
right.
exactly.
You know, you're bringing up
It's important.
Venus being the statue of love, you know.
I'm just going to be off screen for a minute,
Sure,
Good.
ladies. So
sure.
yeah, carry on.
So it's Taurus, and that is love of good chocolate and silk sheets and all that finery. And also Libra, which is about being balanced and paying the right price for all of that stuff, because you know you don't want to overdo, so you buy the finest one time, and that just lasts you a very long time, right? But the other thing is, now she's going to conjunct Neptune in Aries.
Yes.
This is permission
Woo! Yes.
to redesign yourself and love yourself. Stop being afraid to love yourself. Aries is I, me, my. And that 0 degrees, it is conjunct where she is right now at 28 degrees of
Yep.
Pisces.
Yep.
They're already magnetized with each other. They're already rubbing elbows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a powerful conjunction days in advance. So imagine
Yeah.
how powerful it can be for yourself on that day. And how does it affect your own chart, your own blueprint?
Yeah. Definitely look where Venus is
Right?
trending. But
Because
and just so you know, Diana and I do readings. You can email us anytime. We'd love to. We can read together or read separate. But yeah, Venus is important this year. Venus is really the one who is a, who is given. I mean, and she was the same day on the full moon in Libra. She was just coming out from being she's becoming a morning star. She was an evening star, so she goes 40 days into the underworld, right? And then she
right?
comes out. So
And
that same
now,
day, yeah, she
now you
came
see her
out.
in the morning just before sunrise, and as the summer progresses, you will see her with the
She,
sun out there. She'll be that morning star. That's who you're looking at, is Venus.
yeah, and she's powerful in us recreating this new era. It's important to understand, yeah, what's happening to us personally, of course, is first and foremost on our mind, but we are a collective that is elevating, right? Raising in frequency, jumping timelines, going into ascension, however you want to put it. And these planets, they assist us in that. They assist us in raising the frequency. It's important to understand, there's a reason why we follow astrology, because this has been tracked over thousands of years. And these are the attributes to each sign, each thing, and they have their own flavor. And you have your own chart, and your own chart is unique to you. There are no two charts alike. So
This is why degrees are important. I know degrees scare some people, but don't be afraid of that. In your chart, in your own blueprint, of course, you have a sign, your several signs. You have all those planets floating above, as well as that's where they were on the day you were born, but that's a snapshot of the day you were born. So when we talk about degrees and the transits in the degrees, if you have anything in your chart that falls in that degree, give or take 1 or 2 on either side of it, you're going to light up with any kind of an aspect, from opposition to a trine, to a square, to a half square, to a square and a half, to a quincunx, to a sextile, to a conjunction. And when you look at that, depending on the element, is it going to be favorable or is it going to be a challenge, which does have favorable aspects to it, because what does a challenge do? Makes you rise to your talented self.
Yes.
Makes you stop and think twice, but get things accomplished. So degrees are important.
Well,
So
and
can I
that's
just to
sure.
interject here for a second, can I take it that that is going to be good news for the Canadian election on Monday?
Yeah.
Are
Yes. Yes.
are Mark Brisbois and I going to be very happy with the outcome?
I think so. Yes,
I think
definitely.
so too. I
I
think
think it's
Australia is going to be happy too.
yeah.
Nice.
As you were talking about degrees, this is something that's been going on. We've had a lot of planets in Pisces. The last degree of Pisces is 29 degrees. That's the last degree of the zodiac. The very next degree is 0 degree Aries. This is a world point. With all these planets going over there the last, I want to say, it's been like 2 months. The sun has gone over, Venus and Mercury have gone over and have retrograded and are going back over.
The nose.
And in the fall, Neptune and Saturn are going to go back over that 0 and 29. This is important because this is what is the change that we're about to embark on. And it's been very dark and deep right now because it's been about releasing, but you can release and release and release. At some point it pops, right? And you receive, then you start to receive things. And the universe is always giving and taking. It goes and it flows, right? And it just seems like it's just been like pressured on us for months right now. And we're just like, oh my God, I can't take another second of this. And that release valve is coming up. I think it has a lot to do with today, that T square. We just happened to be on here. We didn't know, today was going to, Marina didn't know today was going to be the T square, or tomorrow's going to be the new moon in Taurus. So I love how spirit works with us, right? There is relief coming. It is so important to go in and say what Diana said and focus on what you love and value. Focus on what brings you joy, because as we build on our joy, it just starts to grow. It starts to come flowing to us. It's us, and I have to say, we can be our own worst enemy sometimes by the way we think. I used to have the worst thinking in the world, and I restricted my growth and I restricted joy in my life because of it. But now that I understand, it is only me who can focus on whatever I'm focusing on. And if it's not bringing me joy, that's a me problem, right? So that's it's not easy. We're in the toughest time to me on humanity's in all of humanity's history, pretty much. This is a very deep time, but it is a time of transition, and we are elevating. And if we can just keep our focus on that elevation instead of all the destruction, because the destruction, that's something else Diana and I talked about for the last couple of years. There was going to be this upheaval that we just thought it was going to be a little nicer in a nicer way than it's turned out. But here we are. We're in the upheaval. We're not going to stop it. It's got to go. It's got to play its cycle out. But think about what that looks like when we rebuild. With the consciousness and the hearts and the souls that we have now, right? We get a say. And there's more people that are connected to their hearts and their souls. There's more people awake, whether they like that word or not. It's just what's going on, right? You can sit there and say you hate something all you want, but being woke to me is having compassion, using your so, that's and all of that, right? Everybody's subjected to these energies. These are collective energies. I mean, world changing energies, and they're there to help crack open the hearts of those who are not yet ready. But they've been under these same energies as we have since 2012. We go back to that. Everybody's being like kind of pressurized. Right. So you know what's right for you. I know what's right for me. and we can only, all I do is send out love, and hopefully that they'll see, you'll be able to see with your heart. They don't believe that yet, but that doesn't mean they won't, you know?
Well, and
Yeah, exactly. It's more and more people are slowly waking up. They
Yeah.
are more engaged. They are asking questions.
Mhm.
They are taking a pause and a breath before they respond. They're not doing the knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, people are, they are, they're making decisions based on their values and
Yeah.
what's important, what it is that we want to create, what kind of world do we want to wake up to in a few months,
And
right?
that's Venus. That's exactly
Yes.
what you're talking about. Venus. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, no, no. Venus kicked my butt earlier this month
yeah,
as
for your full moon.
Mm,
oh, oh, it was a bad couple weeks.
yeah, it's been
But
bad for everyone. It really has.
You
yeah,
know, we can look at all of this as a cartoon, right? And if you
yes.
looked at it as a cartoon, which old cartoon show would you pick? I'd pick Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
But
Watch me
which
pull a
one
rabbit
would
out
you
of my
pick
hat.
for which one would you pick for the new cartoons?
I don't
Beavis
know.
and
I like
Butthead?
Foghorn Leghorn for this.
Yes.
Well, I'd pick Beavis and Butthead for modern day.
Oh,
Or maybe Pinky and the Brain.
oh goodness, I forgot about that one.
Or
Yeah.
maybe Ren and Stimpy. Joy, joy, joy.
Red.
Happy,
Joy,
happy,
joy.
happy.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you do got to look at it with some humor, right? We are living through this, but it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
we got to allow that to
Yeah.
take our life force away.
Yeah.
We get this one life, and we're alive in every moment. And in every moment, we have a choice to what we want to focus on, how we want to feel. And believe
Yes.
me, I know I get my butt kicked too, and I get dragged down, and but every time now I have realized that's what's going on. I come back up faster. I clear
Yes.
faster than I did before. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. What was initially it felt like a little more of a struggle. Now it's more like a little personal inconvenience. And
Mm.
it's like, oh yeah, okay, no, I got this, and
Well,
yeah,
and
can move forward a little quicker.
have you
Yeah.
felt the shift? Do you, like, I feel like, oh, we're going to get through this.
Yes.
Mhm.
We're going to get through this. All the fear that prevented that even being an idea,
Right.
Yes.
there's just been so much clickbait on
Yes.
every side,
Right.
and that just
Yeah.
plays on all of our nerves.
Right.
It does, and we've been saying for a good while now that be positive. This this too shall pass. This is a moment in time. Be an observer. Don't get yourself emotionally invested in the outcome. Just watch and have the faith that the universe is going to take care of this, right? Things are working in the background that we cannot always see. Part of it is because we're not meant to see it.
Right.
Right? We're meant to have that experience. You can't grow until you find if there's little cracks in the personality.
Yeah.
That's when the light can shine in, right?
Grow
That's
your
when you
light.
can say, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Shine your light. That's
Yeah.
why this event today is, we talked earlier about how when we gather as a collective and when we send out that message of light, love, compassion, unity, when we do it as a collective, it multiplies exponentially.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that, there are those little strands of light that someone can access. They may not need to know exactly where it came from. It may not matter to them where it came from. It's just the light comes on and you go, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe I need to review this. Maybe I can see this in a different way. Maybe I can approach this from a different perspective, right? Because nothing changes if nothing changes.
Right.
So this has been,
Right.
while this has been kind of an uncomfortable labor,
Yeesh.
we are getting very, very close to the time that we give birth and we can say,
Yes.
look at that beautiful baby.
That is an excellent point. It is labor. We are in the birth canal.
Yes.
And it's the quickening all at the same time.
Yes.
Because the quickening, okay, the doctors explain it as the quickening is the moment you first feel life in the womb.
Yes.
Well, there are other things that make that quickening feel too, because a man can't feel that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a womb.
Yeah.
But he too will have his stroke of, I'm alive.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein moment.
Yes.
And you got to think this also is like a pressure, right? It's pressurized, like how diamonds are formed. Think about that. And last couple of months, I didn't think I could go through this much. I thought I cleared out so much, right? And then you're like, oh my God, here I am again. But we have to, and I hate to say it like this, but we had to face those underlying fears, especially where it comes to our safety and security, because we're the only ones who can truly give us ourselves that.
Yes.
Really. And if we give that power over to anybody else, we're really screwing ourselves. Now, I don't mean to talk like that, but I couldn't think of a word fast enough.
No, I get it.
It's what it is.
Yeah. And
we sell ourselves short so often.
But look how strong we are now.
Yes.
We weren't. And that's just what you were saying, Dinah. We sold ourselves short. But then we've been going through this in the last 3 months, and the strength in us, in all of us, is, I would have never, you never thought you would have to look at strength on that level, though, right?
Yeah.
And then here we are, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly. And that's how we grow. And I've been saying for quite some time that even when things do not appear to be going well, I'm still referring to it as it's an opportunity. It's not a struggle, it's an opportunity. We get to decide, certain things. We get to decide the kind of world that we want to create, that we want to live in. In order for us to get to that point, we can't build new on the old foundation.
No.
It's wrong.
And that's why, I'm sorry.
No.
That's why I call a T-square a talent square, because you have to rise to the challenge to rise above it. You have to think new ways in order to get over it.
Yes.
And when you look at the charts of famous people, many of them have one, but even many more of them have 2 or 3 different types of talent squares.
Yes.
T-squares.
Yes. And you don't know how strong you are. And it's not like you get a memo or a text saying this is coming up. You don't know until you're in it. And this is what brings in the beauty of the soul, right? The soul, the higher self may know what's coming, but boy, you step up to the challenge every time, every day. Some days is a struggle just to get out of bed. I know that was like that for me a long time. And you just persevere. It is about us remembering, and that's what I think ascension is, remembering who we are.
Yes.
We have been through so many lifetimes here in these lower dimensions. Now that does, we're infinite beings, so we've lived on all dimensions and all different, I mean, for eternity we're going to do that, but we're playing out this game here, right? And it's very serious. You're sitting here, you're in it. It's a serious business. This is my life, this is
Yes.
my safety, my security, which we're all feeling, and that gets triggered by outside forces, and it seems like we're powerless. But you know what? We're finding out there's more like us, and we're standing
Yes.
together, and we're not powerless. And this isn't just uh,
Yeah.
our rights and our freedoms are just not going to be taken.
Innocent potato. I was a early childhood development teacher, and I used to do a clapping rhythm
I
thing
love
with the
that.
kids.
And
But we weren't going on a bear hunt. We were dinosaur hunters. But it was the same premise. You can't go under it. You can't go over it. Guess I have to swim through it.
Yes, exactly. It's funny because before the show started, I took quite a few positive messages and printed them out.
Nice.
And everybody that has been on the show along the way has talked about at least one of the things that I had, or one of the quotes that I had on this list.
Right.
And I'd mentioned earlier about from Cammie McGovern was, this feeling will pass. The fear is real, but the danger is not. And then, yeah, you just mentioned something about going through it, and that was, oh my gosh, from Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
If you're going through hell, keep going.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was a Harley rider. I don't ride anymore. I'm too old.
Never
But
too
the very
old.
first lesson to riding a motorcycle or even a two-wheeler of any sort or type is, where you're looking is where you're going. So you better be going and looking in that direction, because if you look at the ground, you're going to fall down.
Yes.
And the next most important lesson is, sometimes the only way out of it is through it.
Yes.
Like when you're in a road that is getting repaved, but they just graded everything off, and your front wheel's going like this, and you're trying to make sure you don't get stuck in a rut and all that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that, keep your balance, right, Libra?
Yeah. I mean, the strength, the inner strength that we're realizing that we have is really, I'm in awe every day, like how we go through this. And I know a lot of people focus on the news, and I catch it. I just catch a glimpse here and there, and it just infuriates me. And I have to go back and center and take ground. And this is another thing with this Taurus new moon tomorrow. You want to anchor into the earth, but you want to anchor in what it is that brings you that safety and security. Taurus is the builder. That is about safety and security.
Yes.
It is who we are. And these things just don't happen by chance. We're in this time. That last moon was a Venus ruled moon. Venus goes out of her goes to a morning star. Now this is a Venus moon. I mean, so much going on. But Black Moon Lilith and the goddesses are really in play here.
Yes.
All of the goddesses who are,
and Taurus is a fixed sign. So in reality, he is a very good foundation builder, because you don't want a foundation built on sand.
No.
Exactly. And Taurus will identify what needs to be done, where the pitfalls are, and
Right.
we'll have a plan in place on, okay, yeah, well, if we hit, this here or that there, this is how we're going to maneuver around it. So yes, absolutely. Taurus is the one that you want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
have in charge.
And we could think of it too like this, because we had so much going on in Pisces, and then we went to Aries. But
Yes.
those planets in Pisces stayed there, which is your dreaming and your imagination, and you're getting your inspiration from your team, and all that's flowing in. But there's nothing really you can do with it, because it's like water, like Pisces. But then
Yes.
we get into Aries, who's like, oh, I like this way, and then we get to Taurus, and Taurus is like, let's make it happen. Let's build it. Let's make it physical. So we take all those dreams and all that stuff, and we now can make it physical in our world with the updated information and the updated energies. Everything's constantly moving. And even look, the sun has been the sun is just in solar maximum 25, and it just keeps coming.
Oh.
And that triggers Earth, and the Schumann resonance keeps spiking. We're just constantly getting to these energies in all directions. And here we are, we're like batteries that are stabilizing, trying to get that energy and anchor it into Earth and stabilize. Because you gotta admit, you're in 2, 3D 1 minute, 4, 5D the next minute. You're
We got to
constantly.
come back to 3D
Oh.
because that's where the rest of them are. And I
Yeah.
just want to say thank you, Teresa. She has that. It feels wonderful from positive energy that's here. So thank you.
Oh,
And thank you on
yes.
Marina's, because this is baby.
Yeah. We're
You
gonna
know,
get
this
sorry.
was I will forever be grateful to Sherry from Trancing with Spirit
Right.
for gifting me with this opportunity.
Yeah.
Because we started this. She got the message. We were supposed to share it. And then a few months back, she said, I have a feeling that I'm supposed to pass this over to you.
Oh.
And go on. So it was, that if it wasn't for her, I might be doing something different. So thank you, Sherry, Trancing with Spirit. And I hope that she will, as she's traveling, I hope that she is going to be able to join us here and there on the show, as kind of be our roving guiding light,
Roving guiding light. I love it.
Yeah.
And isn't it crazy how each of us had, we have different roles to play during this time in history where it is so tense. But to think, well, in our spiritual community, our higher consciousness community, everybody's doing their thing, bringing in the light to be that for each other and the world. Whether the world's awake or not, we're still holding that unconditional love and truth in place as they wake up, right? As they learn and we can't, they're saying in my head, you can't even focus on what they're doing. It's like, what are you doing? And that's it.
Yep, exactly. The baby is starting to walk and is, taking those first tentative steps. And, we're the protective mama that is going, okay, I'm ready to catch you if you fall. It doesn't mean that you don't give them the opportunity to take those steps.
Right.
But if you need a hand, I'm here.
Well, and we also have to let them fall.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
We have to, or they'll never learn how to get up for themselves.
That's so true.
So what do? We give our kids roots and wings. That's the most important thing. So one of the things that Pam had also talked about in that class was that every single one of us has a little child in us.
Yes.
And now, if our moms are still here, lucky us, but they're not responsible for that little child anymore. We are responsible for our own inner child.
Yes.
And remember to play, But remember, when you fall down, you just get yourself up, brush yourself off, and start all over
Over
again.
again. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that was beautiful of Sherry to start this. I mean, that's a nice shout out. It's nice to remember we all have a role to play.
Exactly. None of us is doing this alone. We
No.
are all here for each other. And again, something that we discussed earlier was the fact that, yeah, you are not on this path alone. You can reach out to anyone in the community and know that you are going to be accepted without judgment. We are going to, we can listen. We can, if we're asked for advice, we can share advice.
Mhm.
But we are here basically to, it reminds me of that one poster that was out a long time ago. And it said, I think it was entitled Footprints. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
in the sand, right?
yeah.
Yes,
And the
yes, yes.
person saying, God, why did you forsake me? I only see one set of footprints. And that's when I carried you,
That's
Mm,
right.
right? And that's what we do for each other. Is,
yeah,
yeah, we
Exactly.
carry each other. Yeah.
that's
And I'm
beautiful.
getting full body shivers as I say that.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, how many times have you, has something happened to you that was, fright, flight, or fight,
Yes.
and
right.
what did you do? You blanked out or you blacked it out completely. That's because your angels and Yeshua and everybody was there to do that for you, to carry
Yes.
you through this, so you did get to the other side of it,
Yes.
Right.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Jilly, Diana's a Gemini. Jilly's asking if you're a Cancer.
Me, I'm a Gemini with a Sagittarius moon, a Libra rising, and an Aries north node, which means I have a Libra south node, which just happens to be conjunct my rising sign.
Mm, it's a lot. It's a lot to do. I'm a Cancer, but
Yes.
I have a
Wow.
bunch of other stuff going on, just like Diana. Well, we all do. We all have. And the thing
Oh,
is that
yeah.
something important to remember.
Right.
There's 12 houses in a chart. There's all these signs. You're every sign.
Yes.
You have some kind of something going on in each sign. Those aspects of each sign are within us, right?
Right.
And it is where they are and who they're talking to at the moment. Well, or just even in your basic natal chart, you can, you can
Right.
learn a lot about yourself. It's so interesting. That's why I got into astrology. I wanted to know why about everything. I was just one of those people, but I
Yeah.
wanted to know what was wrong with me, because I was just convinced I was so flawed. And
Nothing wrong with you. It's the
Yeah.
transit.
so, but then when I saw, hey, we all, everybody feels these ways. And when you're younger, you think you're the only one who's feeling that awful
Yes.
unworthiness or whatever it is, when everybody experiences those experiences. And where, it's not, well, at least it wasn't talked about a lot when I was younger. So I had to seek out that information and figure out what is going on.
Yes.
Why can't people feel or talk or whatever? And it's amazing when you see the charts for events, or
Yes.
others, the famous people's birthdays, and you're like, oh wow, they got this, and this, and you can see that in them. It's just fascinating. But each astrologer comes to this information based through their filter of
Yes.
what they understand and how they look at the world, and it's why each reading is different. Same with psychics and mediums. We all
Right.
have that coming through
Yes.
our filter.
Well, and now astrology is growing and catching up with our technology, because not only do you not have to do the math on your own anymore,
Thank you.
but we have
Yes.
we have telescopes and radar and Schumann resonances that read things for us, that give us the
Hey, Val.
ability to come up with these answers. But the one thing to remember is 12 houses, 12 signs, they fall in your blueprint somehow. Sometimes you have a planet in it, sometimes it's empty. But even when that house is empty in your chart, a transit's going to go over it, because that's what a transit is doing.
Yeah.
Going around the whole sun.
And it never stops. Things
And it
don't
never
ever
stops.
stop moving in the sky.
Exactly.
You know,
And it can make you dizzy if you don't
Yes.
shut your mouth while you're doing it, right?
But this,
Open your eyes, watch where you want to be, not where you are, because you're going to throw up.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you're about to get, Val's going to come in. I just wanted to say, remember to focus in on what you love and value. You're creating a new foundation. What does that look like to you? Make it exciting. Like, like when you get dressed and you want to wear jewelry and you have all the bows
Yes.
in and stuff, you want to really put time and effort into choosing how you want to structure your life going forward, because now we have all these choices. It may not seem like it, and it may, if we're looking at the external world, but I want to say this: don't limit yourself, whether it's money, time, space,
Yes.
or anything. There's no limit, unlimited, and give yourself the few pages to write out that perfect life. What does that life look like to you? And really, that's all you got to do, and bring it in. Think about it more often and feel it. And once you can feel it, what your writing is, that's creating it. That's creative.
Well, channel that little kid in you and rewrite those dreams. Go back and write them again.
Exactly.
You
They
are
can be exactly the same. They may have an adult flavor to them, but it's like, whatever house that son of yours is in, that's your son. It's going to be there forever. Might not be the proper house for the sign. Let's say it's the first house and your son is in it and you're not an Aries. That's okay. You're renting with the option to buy, because you're not moving.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Mary Star Sign.
So yeah, you are the architect of your future, and you have an unlimited budget. So yeah,
I love that, Mary.
Yeah.
build what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that one. The bank never runs dry.
I love that.
Yeah,
Say that one more time, Marina. You are
you
the
are the
architect.
architect of your life with an unlimited budget.
Very
I love
beautifully
that.
said.
It's just so
It's so
to the
true.
point. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I do get one.
That is
I love
beautiful.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Well, ladies, you are more than welcome. As we do, Val is going to
I would like to say
do the intention, and then we're going to do the 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, lighting of the porch lights and the candles and whatever, and then Val is going to kind of walk us out through the closing, the meditation.
Classic record.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. All righty.
All right.
So ready?
Yeah.
Ready for you, Val.
Okay.
Go.
So, it. Take the 3 deep breaths. I'm not going to walk you through that. You just take your breaths to be ready to receive the energies that are coming forth. And divine infinite creator, source of all worlds and dimensions, we stand in deep gratitude, hearts wide open for the sacred gathering of light we have shared. As we prepare to close this sacred space, not quite yet, but we're just talking about it, we call forth a higher activation, one that reconnects us consciously to our galactic starseed families. The luminous beings of light and wisdom who have walked with us across lifetimes, across galaxies, across the eternities. We open the portals of our remembrance. We attune our hearts and souls to the frequency of our cosmic brothers and sisters. We now step closer to support, guide, and walk beside us, who now step forward to walk with us. As we embody our divine missions on Earth, we activate the star codes within our DNA, codes long dormant, now reawakening, restoring our full memory of our cosmic heritage, roles as ambassadors of peace, love, and unity for all of humanity and beyond. Through this sacred connection, we anchor the knowing that we are part of the vast loving family, one that transcends time, space, and form. Their light and wisdom flow into our hearts now, strengthening our courage, deepening our clarity, and expanding our capacity to love without limit. We are galactic citizens of light, united across worlds, bringing the song of unity into the fabric of Earth. We carry this connection forward, not just for today, but for all the days to come, guided, uplifted, and empowered by the eternal family of stars that live within us and around us. We close this space, not this minute, but soon, by sealing all activations in love, in light, in gratitude, knowing that the work continues, the light continues, and the unity grows, continues to grow. We are one. We are infinite. We are the light of creation. And so it is. So be it. It is done.
Amen.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
ah,
And we're galactic.
yes, we are.
So Diana, you're muted, but I get your stirring the
Yes.
pot. You got the
Yeah.
stirring the pot.
Absolutely. Ah,
So do you want me to
fabulous.
come back, Marina, in like 30 minutes, or
No, what
gonna just go?
it is 7 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
So make sure that you turn on your porch
Yeah.
lights, put a lamp in the window, do like artist Liz did. She's in the hospital, but she's got a pen light, so she's got that shining. And yeah, keep it on all night if you can. I am envisioning that North America is just, we are at the end of the light up. Like it went boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 and it is lit up. And the
Yeah.
astronauts are looking down, going, "What is happening down there?" So I absolutely love it. So
I love that.
and
That's wonderful.
yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me, Val, of course, and Diana and Valerie and Terry, who was here earlier, and each and every one of you. So just don't go anywhere. Stay put while Val does the final closing and the Akashic, what is it, Akashic healing?
It's actually the Akashic record clearing. They go in and they're going in and doing a lot of really high powered stuff. So they say.
Good.
So I've really taken some notes and we'll walk you all through it.
Perfect. All right. You can go ahead and
Okay.
start that. And thank you, all of you. Our next event is going to be on May 24th. I look forward to seeing you there. But in the meantime, enjoy this clearing. I know I
So
will.
this is good. This is an activation, an initiation activation and dissolving of all the old stuff, all the 3D paradigm stuff. So this is a deep clearing. So stick around for this, because all you have to do is breathe it in and let it happen. I'm going to walk you through some of the visualizations, but you will participate in some way by joining this energy, visualizing and feeling it coming in. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths in. It's just go ahead and do it, folks. It opens up that gateway. Deep breath in, holding it at the top, and exhale. You can continue doing this at your own pace. Just again, another deep breath. And releasing that, because you're releasing all stress, ready to receive. And one more deep breath in. And exhale. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect us and guide us as we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Record masters to assist us now in receiving information of the highest truth, highest frequency of love and light, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so now we go to open the Akashic Records key. We open ourselves to the light. And with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided toward our highest good and the highest good of all and divine love. And so we here participating today and those participating in the future are given the truth to best serve each of us on our healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for us in this moment. And I'll say this twice to myself silently. To those of you who wish to participate in the chat, can just say out loud, I am open to receive now, or you can type yes in the chat. The records are now open. And so I'm connecting to the Akashic Record Masters. Okay, and they're with us now. So this is about clearing the old and receiving cosmic divine source radiant light consciousness. Beloved Akashic Record Masters, please assist us as we ask you to open the sacred space of the records for all souls who participate in this activation. Whether live or in the future, surround us with the pure crystalline light of Source. We ask for guidance, blessings, protection, and truth for our highest good and highest timeline, and our divine plan unfolding with grace. So feel into this. The sacred space is now opening like a portal, and you can feel this energy in the room where you are sat. And we are requesting the dissolving of all 3D illusion. Masters of the Akashic Records, we now request the full dissolution of all 3D illusion held within our being. We ask that you dissolve, clear, and transmute all illusion, separation, fear, unworthiness, and limitation, all programs, vows, contracts, and imprints rooted in lower consciousness. Feel that releasing now, and all distortions held in the cellular structure, in the DNA, RNA, and in the mitochondria, the water in our bodies. It dissolves all the distortions across time and space, dimensions, reality, parallel and alternative lifetimes, all distortions within past lives, present lives, future lives, and ancestral lineage, all distortion held in the space between the space, in the seen and unseen realms. And as you feel into that, you can feel them going in and altering that energy, dissolving it. We request the dissolution and full clearing of these illusions by divine grace through all timelines, back to the moment of origin, separation, now made whole. Visualize that light flooding through you, through your physical body, through your energy body, through the room you are in, clearing away all density, just dissolving it. We surrender and release all that is not aligned to our highest good and the highest plan of Source. So breathe in deeply. Visualize or sense webs, cords, energetic blockages dissolve like mist. Beloved Akashic Record Masters, allow a deep purification of our cellular, emotional, mental, and physical and etheric light bodies. Allow the sacred waters of our being to be restored to divine crystalline purity. In the bones, in the program of survival, scarcity, fear, lack, death, in the blood, ancestral memory of separation, oppression, or limitation dissolving, in the muscles, the burden of control, striving, unworthiness dissolving, in the organs, emotional density rooted in fear and loss dissolving now, all old paradigm 3D ideas dissolving. We are the Akashic Record Masters, speaking now through the timeless halls of light to bear witness to your holy journey and to guide your soul into the full remembrance of love. Across the ages, across the stars, across the timelines, you have sought the doorway home while in embodiment. And now, by your heart's pure call, you stand before it. You are ready. Breathe into this energy. Breathe into this space. I invite you now to enter the temple of your heart. Here, your divine flame awaits patiently, a sacred lotus, a perfect bud of your purest light. As you breathe, allow the veils of forgetting to fall away. Allow the burdens of false identity, of fear, judgment to dissolve. And breathe into that as that energy moves through. With the blessing of the Akashic Masters quantum field of infinite possibility, we now clear and release all limitation you have carried in your cellular memory, in your ancestral lines, in all lifetimes, past, present, and future, and in all spaces in between. We purify your path by the authority of divine love. We prepare the ground of your being for the flowering to come. And they're showing me soft, pure light cascading through your bodies. This beautiful light, breathe that in now as one who is being remembered by love itself. And feel that beautiful settling of energy within you. Now, beloved one, in the name of the infinite source, I guide you to the great unification within yourself. Feel the sacred river of your life rising from your roots, winding upward through your chakras, almost like the Kundalini energy, weaving you whole. Through this river flows your divine essence, the music of your soul before you ever touch this earth. I call forth now the harmonization of all your aspects, mind and heart as one, body and spirit as one, shadow and light as one, self and source as one. Feel this weaving within you. Feel those strands, almost like DNA, creating new remembrances within you and activations of this connectivity that you are already. The sacred flower within your heart stirs. The first petals loosen, touched by the waters of remembrance. You are no longer separate. You are no longer lost. You are found within the infinite embrace of love. And so I pause while you breathe this in, breathe this energy as it is coalescing within your body, weaving this divine design and activation. And as masters of your sacred Akashic records, we witness your reconnection to the great tapestry, threads of gold and starlight weaving you eternally into the all. Breathe, beloved, you are not alone. You have never been alone. Now the sacred flower of your being begins its holy unfolding. At this now moment, in accordance with your soul's decree, by the breath of the Infinite One, you are called to bloom into love embodied. Petal by petal, layer by layer, the sacred lotus unfolds. The first petal opens in your heart. You embody peace. The second petal of your The fourth petal opens and you embody joy. The sixth petal opens, you embody freedom. The seventh petal opens and you embody divine love, unbound, unconditional, and infinite. So pause to breathe that in. Breathe in that lotus flower fully opened within your heart, embodying peace, compassion, forgiveness, joy, wisdom, freedom, and divine love. At the heart of the flower, a radiant sun ignites. This is your sun heart, your sacred heart sun, your living altar of the divine presence. And visualize a radiant golden sun pulsing from your heart outward to all. Waves of pure love now flow outward from you, blessing your body with light, your future, your lineage, and all who come across your path. Now feel that light expanding infinitely. Feel it going out from your room, out to the city you're in, out to the state you're in, out to the country and beyond, all the way around the world. Beloved one, you are the holy flower of the Akasha, rooted in earth, crowned by the heavens, radiating the pure truth of eternal self. By the authority of the Akashic Record Masters and by the grace of the Infinite Source, we seal this embodiment of love within you now. May this living light shine through your eyes, flow through your voice, move through your hands, and walk upon the earth as a blessing made flesh. You are the lotus. You are the divine flower blooming in love for all creation. Masters of the Akashic Records, we now request the sacred preparation of our inner temple for the cosmic divine source, radiant light embodiment activation. Expand our hearts into infinite coherence with divine love. Align our crown chakra, soul star, and higher centers with the one source light. Balance and harmonize our masculine and feminine energies into divine union. Prepare every cell, every thought, every heartbeat to be a holy receiver of the divine source consciousness, radiant light, embodiment activation. Visualize that golden white light expanding in your heart, flowing through your veins. Bless and sanctify our path forward as a vessel of light, a servant of love, and a radiant spark of source. Masters of the Akashic, we call forth now our cosmic divine radiant light embodiment activation for the upliftment of humanity, the earth, and all beings who walk this sacred path. We open our crown now to receive the descent of the purest white gold light, source light, flowing down from the source of all that is through the cosmic source matrix, through the highest Akashic fields, into our soul, into our body, into our life, into our destiny. Visualize a radiant column of shimmering light descending into your crown, and visualize soft gold radiant light embodiment of light being placed at each center. We'll start at the crown. We receive the radiant cosmic source light embodiment activation of the crown to know divine mind. Now, that light, visualize it in the third eye, to see the divine through divine eyes at the throat, to speak the words of truth and compassion at the heart, to live from unconditional love at the solar plexus, to wield divine power with humility and grace, and at the sacral, to create from pure source inspiration, and at the root, to anchor heaven to earth with strength and joy. And now the radiant light, a moment of silence to breathe in and anchor in all this light into your chakras now, from your crown all the way down to your root chakra, and feel it anchoring in now as it sets in. And I feel Archangel Metatron with us now, and Archangel Raphael as well, working with us, aligning us. And the radiant light embodiment activation activates the memory of our eternal nature. Our radiant light embodiment reawakens the divine blueprint within. The radiant light embodiment seals the path of our highest service and joy. Feel that resonance of your divine blueprint glowing within you, and the embodiment of your highest service and joy. As above, so below, as within, so without. As the soul, so the world. Now, this is the nearing the end, where we are integrating and blessing ourselves for this journey, and thanking our Akashic Record Masters for everything they have done for us. The Masters of the Akashic, we ask for the integration of this radiant light embodiment activation gently and gracefully into our physical, emotional, mental, and energetic systems. Surround us with a cocoon of crystalline light for protection and nourishment. Allow this anointing to expand in divine timing, flowering into the fullness of our soul mission, our joy, our light. We affirm, I am the light of the divine source consciousness. I am the living temple of the divine. I am the blessing this world awaits. Now visualize your whole body being radiating crystalline gold white light, a beacon to others and for others. And now we say to the Akashic Record Masters, thank you for clearing this and dissolving all the old and bringing in all the new, and all cellular structure, all time and space, and the space in between, and all past lifetime, present lifetime, future lifetimes, and all ancestral lineage for our highest good and the highest good of humanity in the highest timeline, Akashic Record Masters. We ask that this all be done in accordance to divine will of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This or something even better. This or something even better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. And so, breathe in, everyone. It was a long one, but they hit all the places they wanted to. So,
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. Wow.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You sure did bring in some wonderful images. Thank you.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
I am.
The hookah smoking caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. came in.
Is that right?
You know what he did, so
Yes.
you know, like we're gonna.
Yeah, I was getting like, woo.
Pop out of that.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I could feel myself.
Yeah.
Whether or not my body was showing it, but it was
You
like,
should have seen me
Oh,
channeling
Reggae
this from the
Shasta.
Akashic Record Masters. I was in outer space.
Oh my.
yeah.
oh yeah, that too.
Yes.
Many masters were joining
Woo!
by all
Boy,
means.
that was powerful. That was beautiful.
Very, very much so.
Yeah. Jeez. I
They,
feel
they
Well,
covered everything. It's like a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
I felt, aw. So
Anyway,
Aw,
KSZ felt Metatron giving her a hug. Oh,
yeah, Metatron came in
Mhm.
absolutely. He seems to come in when high vibrational light and activation are happening within someone.
Yes.
He just comes right in to help with all of that connectivity. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Good.
Wow.
All right.
Oh,
Wow.
Kim, is
Well,
that really going on for you, or is that what you were hearing while Val was guiding us through that? Kim says, train, horns, a hooting owl, loud bullfrogs, and more chills. And hypnicity, speaking for astrologers, we will all say thank you for your earlier comment.
yes,
Oh, man.
absolutely. Absolutely. That, ladies, I cannot think of a better note to end this on.
And that was
I,
powerful.
yes, I think I'm going to float myself to my bed.
I'm gonna,
Right?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to it again
Definitely.
while I'm laying
Yes.
down, because that's probably even. Woo! My goodness.
Right?
Totally.
It's bedtime for Val and I.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is.
So
Well, sort of.
again,
It's at least stretch out on the couch.
You guys are
Yeah.
in another time zone.
Yeah.
It's
Eastern.
7:30 for me, so that's
Oh,
it's early. It's early. Well, thank you
Yeah.
everyone for joining us. I am always grateful that you're here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share share this broadcast with people who you think are going to benefit from it, so that we can get the message out, so that next event will have even more people. And to Val, to Diana, and to Valerie, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
It
thank you
is
for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
absolute pleasure. All right. Yes. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love y'all.